Happy Thursday, good morning. Hope you're all keeping well. Today, we're in some XPlane 12 as we take some flights in the King Air 350 from Airfoillabs. Then later, we plan for our VATSIM Thursday flight in a 747. Listen, right, now, I have the same concerns, you know, that you have. Will it be grand? We'll blame someone else, but you're very welcome along. It's a miserable day on the island of Ireland. It's there's wind, rain, and, you know, terrible things. But that's okay, friends. We're indoors, you see. Everything's grand in here. It's only us, you know. So we're going to be using OnAir for today's flight, and we'll see what sort of missions we can get. Currently located on the ground at a place called OMAC. Yes, what's it called? Kilo Oscar Mike Kilo. We're up here in the kind of northwest of the United States, not too far from the old, we're in Washington, we're near Yakima and kind of Seattle neck of the woods. So we're going to go exploring what is the Airfoillabs King Air 350, a beautiful airplane in XPlane 12, and we're going to see how it behaves itself today. Yes, lots of features with this thing. We've already looked at the 172, both of them from Airfoillabs, and well, this one, it's well, it's twice the fun, there's twice the amount of engines, you see. And with the old turboprop as well, the old Pratt & Whitney, the PT6A, I think it is, that's fitted onto this. And there's birds on my screen, look, oh Jesus, birds, look. Birds. Eddie. Right, anyway, that's hilarious, crack. So anyway, how are y'all keeping? How is your morning, your afternoon, or your evening going? We are on the eve of the weekend. It's great, isn't it? Friday Eve, exciting. And yes, it's all kind of happening now. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so I'm considering, I don't know if any of you guys use it. I've always used Adobe Premiere, right? I've always used that for video editing and all my trailers and all that. And I started looking into DaVinci Resolve. I don't know if you guys have used Resolve. I haven't used it yet, but I'm thinking about it. Adobe's getting expensive now, do you know? And I might have to start looking into it. Right. You know, for making videos and all this kind of stuff. We also put out an update last night over on our Patreon for those of you who are there. It's all about diving into the world of live streaming. Everything from content creation to how to get your settings right, audio, visuals, the whole shebang. So there was an update there last night and a video coming soon all about the use of OBS, setting up some scenes and adding sources and, you know, plugins and all the devil knows what. So, yeah, Resolve is good. It's cracking good. Ooh, it's a bit weird at the beginning. Interesting. Third-party plugin devs are amazing. I need to check it out, lads. As I said, I've used Adobe Premiere for years and years. I don't know, man. It's like it takes ages to render. Like even like a 5-minute video could take like 2 hours, and like this is fairly good kit it's running on. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I need to see what the story is there. But for those of you who are tuning in on YouTube, you're very welcome. And on the vertical stream, where we're this way, you're welcome in. You're welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. Who's here? Look, I got very little sleep last night. Do you ever have nights like that? Just not enough sleep. I stayed up till... Actually, I went to bed early enough after our stream. I was in bed and all by kind of midnight. But I'm watching... What's it called? Jesus, what's it called? Something... oh, Jesus, hang on. I'll find it here, look, on me YouTube. You wouldn't know what to come up on this. It's called Wild Homestead. Wild Homestead, and it's wildly entertaining. Wild Homestead is what I'm watching, and it's freaking binge-worthy stuff, right? You can't just watch a few minutes. You're on for the night watching it. Wild Homestead. It's this guy who... well, he bought himself some land in Canada, you see, 40 acres, and he's off the grid building himself a cabin. It's absolutely brilliant. But anyway, that's right. I saw 3 o'clock this morning. I was like, will you go to sleep? And then I'm up since like 7. Oh. But anyway, all is well in the realm. We continue on and see what happens. So who's here? Look, Spitfire RAF 100. Top of the morning to you, man. Shunty is here. For Awesome Gamer, the music made him jump. Brilliant. Mac Vision, top of the morning to you. Chox is here. Yes, Shunty, you're very welcome in. Vex Freeze, good to see you, Vex. DeBlaze, good morning. Hope you're well, buddy. Corn Wolf, my dude, up before his breakfast, working on some liveries. Yes, we'll be checking that one out later on. Sir Campsalot, AJH man, hope you're well. Toto is here, top of the morning to you. 98 Vulcan, he says, good morning, Murph and Fireflies. Our power came back on just in time. It's been off for 3 hours due to a storm. Jeez, a storm, you say? 20 streams in a row for Frozen Gamer. Some research has been done. Still not conclusive. More is needed. At least it's entertaining research. Thank you very much indeed for your 20 in a row, man. Malky Mac is here. Good morning, Malky. Hope you're well. PH Roy, top of the morning to you, sir. Hope you're well. Mr. Minimite is here. Happy Thursday to you. Creo, good morning, Creo, from Tipperary. He's over in Mayo. Watch Street Reach, PH Roy is currently on an 85,562. Right, come on, PH Roy. Brilliant. Ryan, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Who else come in the door now? Resolve is good, is cracking good. Yeah, I need to look at it. Papa Justify is here, welcome in. Roy says, yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve purely because of the higher prices. Yeah, it's wild expensive, Adobe is. It's like $400 or $500 a year, and that's with like a discount. Crazy. And I've never used all the features of all the stuff that, Adobe friggin'... I don't know half of the stuff, After Effects and all this. I've never used it. I use Photoshop for me thumbnails, and I use Premiere for me videos. I haven't done videos in quite a while, but any editing that I do, that's what I use. So yeah, I'm thinking of changing it up a bit. You can check the free video out. Oh, nice. Cars, good to see you. Good morning. I used the free version, and it's more than capable. See, there's a free version. I can't get my head around that. Sim Guy, good to see you. Death's Angel is here. Idle Cut Off. Good morning. Hope all is well. Mr. 90 is here. Hello, hello. Hope you're well, buddy. Let's have a look. Who else come in the door here? Look, Kubi Montana. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. And let me see here now. We've buttons. Alex is in the house. Looking forward to seeing the 7.4 in action. Well, knowing me, it won't be well, I'll give it a shot. You know what I mean? James Wilding is here. What's your ESB bill like? Shh. I'm thinking about getting solar, but, I don't want to, it's Ireland, you know what I mean? Let me see. Hukalea, welcome in. Ron Deering, good morning. He says, morning from North Idaho. Well, hello. From Tipperary. Nowhere near as exotic. Fly Danube, good day. Hope you're well, buddy. Who else come in? It's 3 a.m. at Ron. 3 a.m, Ron. Resolve is great. Sweet. Got out of my meeting to listen along, Murph. Going tomorrow morning instead. Ooh, Eamon 1973. Good to see you, Eamon. Hope you're well. The Slick One. Good to see you. It's my favourite Irish kerosene burner. Yes, that's what we do here. Roy says, I used the 3D Substance Painter tool. The price went up from €19 to €25. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I think the old prices for Adobe are just you know what I mean? They're getting silly. Mr. 90, hope you're well, buddy. So yeah, in the world of XPlane, and there's two reasons why we're doing this. One, he's asked for the King Air, and two, I want to fly the 747-200. Now, we did do a successful test last week on our VATSIM flight using Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I've always used 2020. So tonight will be another test. Of course, we don't have the VMware files. We won't see all the beautiful liveries, but that's part of the process. And so we'll see if more folks are going to be flying on XPlane. Well, we can kind of look into that. Kwan says, why is everyone on XPlane? Well, I mean, I've always done a little bit here and there. I actually started out on XPlane back in the day, but I don't know, man. I think there's a bit of kind of, a bit of oomph behind XPlane at the moment from the latest updates, and there are some quality add-ons over there. There always have been. Microsoft Flight Sim has been absolutely dominating things, and for me, I'm finding the sim working really well. Performance-wise, with Sim Update 3, for me, it's grand. I know a lot of the other lads who fly airliners a lot, they're having issues, definitely with Sim Update 4, and that's kind of, Jamie and Ian, they've been doing quite a bit in XPlane as well, and it's just, you can have a good experience over in XPlane as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not a case of, what's the better sim? I don't think that's the argument, really. It's more to say about, what kind of an experience do you want? And for me, in content creation, it's important to see, well, what goes on in both sims, just to get an idea of, if one is moving that direction, one is moving the other direction, and it kind of helps influence, if you like, ideas that you can kind of provide back to the developers to say, hey, can you do something like this? Like, also, you have DCS making all sorts of noise in the corner because that C-130 is on the way. That's an aircraft I'm interested in. So I wouldn't be shocked and appalled if you start seeing a little bit of DCS. Not so much on the combat side, even though it is a combat simulator, but it's very much for the C-130. I'm very interested to see how that thing works. So let's see what happens. Lead Ballooner, good morning. Papa Justify says, I've spent too much money on XPlane to get Microsoft Flight Sim. Well, to be fair, like there's a lot of, just with the sim on its own in Microsoft Flight Sim, like with those default aircraft, most of them are kind of fished out to third-party developers. They're very, very good. A lot of the default ones are very good. Not the Goose. What's the other one we were flying? The, oh, Jesus, what's it called? The, oh, jeez, that's terrible, isn't it? The G111. That's an excellent aircraft. The G111, the Albatross, yeah, it's excellent. The DCS C-130 is a dream, says Death Angel. It looks very good. And I was actually chatting to the developer, so I'll probably get a crash course in how to operate it. Because it's an aircraft I want to get my teeth into because it's cool looking. Do you know what I mean? Malky says, Photoshop can be replaced with Affinity. It's around 150 quid. Or you can go free with GIMP. Yeah, GIMP, I've tried GIMP. It's a pain, to be honest. Affinity, I'll need to look into. Do you know? Photoshop I'm used to, but like again, there's so many features there I don't use. So it's a hard call, lads. But like something like that for me, when you change, you know, be it something that's going to make your it's going to be working on video creation, and I mean I love making videos. I've made a ton of them over the years, different trailers and stuff, and I don't do them to I'm going to get clicks here. Like I do them for either it's a tutorial or I just like it because hey, this is cool, throw in a bit of music, and I'm always blown away by the scenery. On any sim, you know, it's not too hard to make it look quite convincing, and I've been loving it. Do you know? So yeah, DCS, yeah, we'll wait and see how it goes. Like there's a lot, you know, we've a lot going on in kind of the civilian flight simulators between XPlane and Microsoft Flight Simulator, and with Microsoft, I mean, they're just at the stage now where they're just, you know, batten down the hatches, getting everything right. They're very much in a kind of consolidation phase, and once that's kind of all ticked off, you know, they've embedded the fixes, they've made it more stable and more efficient. You're going to see a lot more features then coming to the platform, lots of them, like an insane amount. There's things that Microsoft have been talking about, be it, you know, enhancing the career mode, shared cockpit environments, more aircraft coming in, and also looking at the weather. So, I mean, they definitely have a lot of ideas, but everything's just like, wait, let's just get the thing right, you know? Mr. 90 says, XPlane sure does look tempting with the Steam Sail and the Auto Ortho or the map enhancement. Yeah, so like I'm using Auto Ortho. The map enhancement is grand, but I just prefer Auto Ortho. It's never given me any issues at all. And yeah, I mean, look, it can look very, very nice. As it is, it's not necessarily going to compare to Microsoft Flight Sim. Some elements it does, but no, it's as I said, you can still have a great experience inside of XPlane, which is cool. Norris Viking, good morning to you, my dude. Hope you're well. But yeah, the thing is, when it comes to add-ons, I mean, if you've invested heavily on a particular platform, we've seen this as well with Ian Fisher. Ian still rocks, you know, P3D with all the A2A aircraft, and they're fantastic. You know, they're absolutely incredible. So he's really enjoying those. Captain Sickbag is here. Good morning, Captain Sickbag. Hello to the sunny southeast, but I imagine it's lashing rain sideways. Yep, it's lashing rain. It's raining everywhere in Ireland. You know, the weather's absolutely horrendous, lads. It's horrendous. But yeah, it's a bit of crack looking at all the different platforms. And I don't know, I can never get DCS looking like the trailers. I don't know how they do it. I don't even know how they manipulate the views to do it. You know, but I think the C-130 could be a lot of fun. Soaring AJ, top of the morning to you, man. Hope you're well. You're up before your breakfast. So, yeah, it's tipping it here, Creo. Yeah, it's still the same outside. Do you know, I'm still thinking about getting well, I was going to get a weather station, but there's probably no point. I mean, everything's on your phone now, you know. But I need to get, like, Skycam. You know, well, I could just get like a bit of grey paper, I suppose. But like Skycam could be interesting for the weather. I like what Dave has, 757. Dave has a little camera that looks outside. It's cool. So I might do something like that. Let me see now. Nugget Cat says, honestly tempted by XPlane due to the better performance, but just got so much money tied into Microsoft Flight Sim. Well, performance, there is at times a performance boost using XPlane. It depends a lot on your hardware. And it's relatively stable as well. But yeah, like, I mean, it's Microsoft Flight Sim is only going to get better. I mean, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? I mean, there was a time XPlane wasn't stable with XPlane 11. It got very messy at one stage, and that damaged it quite a bit. And then Microsoft came out, and that's why a lot of people leaped. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of, you know, peaks and troughs, but right now, touch wood, it seems to be working. Do you know? Dakey, good to see you. Sunny greetings from the Eiffel to yous. Welcome in. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. But yeah, Sparky Sven is here. Good to see you. Greetings from Belgium. 8-way Aerostar went to full release. Yes, it's excellent. And they're going to be releasing it over on 2020, which is going to be interesting. Not lashing yet, but it's very close. Yeah, it's just like pure grey skies, isn't it? But Disaster Lounge, welcome in, Admiral. Hope you're well. Let's see. Savage Pilot says, I'm one who have gone back to XPlane after many years of Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah. Like, I mean, as I said, lads, there are great experiences to be had on both sims. And if you have the real estate to run both in terms of hardware, space, and whatnot, well, then why not have both? They're both brilliant, you know. XPlane is a beautiful simulator. They're very much focused on a particular direction, where Microsoft's, you know, they're trying to tick all of the boxes. And there's you know, people are saying, oh no, they're making it an arcade game. They're to an extent, they're making it more accessible. I get that. But I think that's still going to be good for the whole hobby. Where XPlane are really knuckling down on is, you know, specifics in terms of kind of, you know, they're aiming for the realism side, or as close to realism as they can get, be it with systems and whatnot. You know what I mean? But it's fun. Mr. Minimite says, Murph, good morning. Just wanted to say, as an Xbox user, I'm having the best Microsoft Flight Sim 24 hours ever. Sim Update 4 Beta has completely fixed the sim. Performance is stunning, and I now wake up to news about Boris releasing a sound set for the 777. My fate in 2024 restored. Ooh, yes. Where is this now? Tombs, good to see you. Thanks for recommending 1883, 1923, and Yellowstone. 1883 is harsh. Yeah, it's a tough watch. But yeah, I think the other ones are very good. They're all good. They're very, very good. The big advantage regarding updates to XPlane, there's no new introduced bugs. The big advantage regarding updates in XPlane, no new introduced bugs. What do you mean, Roy? Well, bugs come in all the time. You know, does XPlane do multiplayer? Death's Angel asks. Kinda. Not as we know it. It connects directly using IP addresses. So like it's like a LAN, you know. But you can do it. Yes, you can do multiplayer. But like it's sound for the likes of VATSIM and Pilot Edge and IVAO and that. You know what I mean? And of course you can use JoinFS with XPlane. It doesn't necessarily play well, but it works. It does work. And like most of the add-ons work in terms of, you know, say intentions, OnAir, they're all working over in XPlane as well. It has its own version of XP or FS Realistic. It's called XP Realistic. And there's a few other bits and bobs as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to be firing up the King Air 350 here. This one from Airfoillabs, and we're going to bring up OnAir and see what sort of jobs we can do. And we'll just go for flight. You know, we'll just go for flight. Then a little bit later on, we're going to do our briefing for our flight this evening. We're flying from Indianapolis up to, I think, Calgary, is it? So we need to have a look at the route and do the planning and the stuff and the things. Kyle Smith, good morning. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, we'll do one of these. And riot. And welcome to my screen of stuff. Oh, Montreal. Jesus, yeah, Calgary's miles away. And now we've we've gone and fixed that. So if you're here on our YouTube vertical stream, welcome in. This is our setup here in front of us. For those of you not able to see it, that's our setup here in front of us. That's where I sit, and that's where all the gadgets live. Right, brilliant. So what we're going to do, friends, we're going to start getting ourselves into action here. And bit of sound. Tazzy is here. Good morning. Montreal tonight. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to our flight this evening. So this is the King Air in all its glory. Now we do have a King Air over Microsoft Flight Sim. You know, the Black Square add-on did incredible things to that over the default one. Airfoillabs, of course, is their own model built from scratch, and there are some beautiful details on this machine here, right? So as I kind of get me cameras, we can actually get in and have a look at these engines, and they're all 3D scanned, and like the detail is phenomenal. Look, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't it? I mean, it's photoreal, and they're 3D as well, which is pretty cool. So I had these open. We were just going in checking how the aircraft is behaving early bells this morning. So we want to close this now. How do I close this? Jesus. I'm still getting to grips with the camera. And Roy, I still didn't do the thing with the oak, but I will. I will. Oh, that's interesting. There are me tie downs. That's checking on the props. I just want to. I didn't want to press that button. I just want to close the friggin' the engine covers. I'm sure we know how to do it. There's a click spot here somewhere. Right now. Oh, wait now. That's not it. There's one. And where's the other one? That's not it. Close the, yeah, this is the weirdness that goes on. Ideally, you want to go into walk-around mode. And that'll fix everything for me. In fact, that's what I'll do. So if I'm sitting in here at the back, right? We'll get into walkie around mode. And this will fix it. Do you know what I mean? So let me see here. If we move out towards the rear of the aircraft. Flying down to Juliana. Oh, nice. You're taking... you're the King Air and I'm in the former King Air. Oh, nice. Yeah, the engine's very impressive, isn't it? So I think I can just ramble out this way and she'll... it'll take us outside. Here we are. So we do have chocks. So we're going to remove the chocks as we move around here. You can open up the bins. These will actually fit a set of golf clubs. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Pretty awesome. The tutorial's still online. It doesn't go anywhere. Good man, Roy. Good man, Roy. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, so you can interact with an absolute ton of stuff on the aircraft. Now, I don't know if I can move faster. I probably can't. But we're going to ramble up, duck down, and ramble up to our left side engines. And look at, I mean, the detail. Isn't it fantastic? Look. Do you know? So, right, we're going to close this guy down. Where is the... Oh, hang on. You have to hit the actual latch. There you go. Lovely. Remove our exhaust covers. And we'll also have a look at the engine intakes. We're going to remove the flags for those. We also have some tie downs. And we have our stall worn gadget as well. This could be quicker, Murph. Hang on now. There we go. Where else were we looking? So go around this side now. And we shall ramble it. Nice and slowly. So we're going to remove... Jesus. We're going to remove... This is what happens when you block your controls at a tablet. Right, here we go. All is well in the realm. Come back here. Jesus, we're having a day of it, lads. Right, we're going to remove our pillow covers. Left and right. I also left another intake open. And we'll go ahead and close down the other cowl. Lovely. Do the same here. Remove, remove, remove. We can actually turn the... you can turn the prop as well as you're checking it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Never knew you were a golfer. Just think it's the walk spoiled. Listen, she'd be grand, right? She'd be grand. So we'll close out all of this. We do have the GPU connected. So we're looking good here. And we just duck in under the wing. And we'll get these doors closed here as well. Man, I really need to figure out the buttons there for moving stuff around. We also want to remove the tie downs here on the rear. There we go. And let me see here. All is looking well. It's a beautifully modelled airplane, isn't it? It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right, we shall say all that is done as we make our way back in towards the cockpit. And we want to get our doors closed here as well. There she goes. So in we get. And we'll see what happens. I've pinned me King Air with the black panel. Looks great. Ooh, Papa Justify. Nice. Photos by Kev is here. Good to see you, Kev. Plan Guy, we're actually on... we're actually over in the world of XPlane this morning. Good man, Toto. We'd have been in trouble without you. Here we go. Right. Tie downs and remove before flight have all been removed. Grand. Right. So we have our little window open. We can also bring up some options here. So we have our 2D panels, but also on the outside of the aircraft, so we can quickly remove stuff or put them back on if we wish. Weight and balance is here as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to load into OnAir. Now, UTC is 1504. Local time has just gone 8:04. So we're going to fire up some OnAir Company for this. This would be fun. And we're getting a little update here as well. Nice. And as everything's loading in, as I said, we're going to be getting this aircraft into action. So OnAir, we just need to tell OnAir what platform we're using. So we're going to resume crash logistics. In we go. and give it a moment to load up. We're also going to tell it, hey, use a different simulator. So we're going to go into preferences, simulator configuration. We're going to launch into XPlane, allow OnAir to do its communication stuff, connect it to the sim. Excellent news. Okay, so we're going to go into some freelance jobs here. Where we're located at the moment, Kilo Oscar Mike Kilo. And we'll go in and have a look at some jobs here, right? So we're going to look for some medical transport jobs. Because of King Air, I mean, they use these quite a bit. So we have a couple of options here. So here's a flight that'll take us down. That looks like Yakima. So there's a nice flight here. Distance of 121 miles. We're taking a little bit of cargo. And what it is, if we open this, we're taking patient and staff, right, down to a little bit of... and a little bit of cargo from our current location, KOMC, which is OMAC, just down to Yakima, which isn't far. All right. So I think we might just, that's a nice and simple one to get starting. Now, here's the thing. When you're picking any of the medical jobs inside of OnAir, your flight handling has to be very gentle, because you'll lose points for any sort of rough and tumble, high speed, sharp banking, heavy on the brakes, all of these things. It'll be under savage pressure. So we need to be very careful what we're doing, right? So let me see. It's going to be KOMC and we're going to head down to Yakima. So let me see. If I start putting in some information into my gadget here, look. No flight plan. Add origin. So it is that of KOMK. OMAC Airport, right? And we want to head down to Yakima, which is going to be KYKM, Yakima Air, right? And let's go ahead and select this flight. So it's KOMK to Yakima. Let's take on this flight and we'll have a look. So we're going to have a look at the fly now. And select destination airport. So we need to do all our stuff in here. So our destination, as we said, is Yakima, KYKM. Or an alternative alternate is going to be back here. Because it's a medical job, we're going to go from here, right? Murph, if you want to do real Aeromed stuff in the King Air, Vlad has made 2 road strips. Oh, nice. You just need the Royal Flying Doctor Service livery. Nice. Schultz is here. Good to see you. Thomas, good morning. Right, okay, so we're looking good here. Fuel... we're just going to give ourselves a load of about 80%. I always find that safe. And what else do you want to do? We can plan this route, flight by VF4. We can go IF4 either, in which we can load it into SimBrief. So if we go into aircraft type, so it's going to be a B. What's the King Air? SimBrief dispatch. Let's have a look. I think it's a B350. We'll have a look, right? So here's our flight. So it knows that we're Crash Logistics, departing from, arriving there. It's a King Air 350. Lovely. There's one waypoint along the way, right? So we'll go ahead and let me see, an hour and 10 minutes. We're going to go via ELN. That's a via war, I'd say. So that route looks good to me. We're going to generate this puppy. And then let's see what happens here. So with our flight now pulled in from... OnAir into SimBrief, we can now put you from SimBrief back. So crash 00, don't worry about a call sign on this one, all right? So we're going to move this guy across. We're going to import from SimBrief. This will pull in the flight, departure, fuel, enough fuel in the tanks, nav log, top of climb. It's the Ellensburg via war, and then we're down into Yakima. All right, super duper. So let's have a look here. Destination, that's all good. We're going to validate our fuel and our payload. And we're going to say fly now, or fly now. So time is going to be, let's call it 7:30. It was just after 8:30 when we were planning it. So we'll see. So we're going to click on fly now. And we're just going to make sure then that the rest of our settings are all done. So we're going to say date, fuel, payload, model, sim settings, and location. Everything's all locked in. We're going to click on start tracking, and this will automatically now start tracking our movements, our behavior, everything inside the aircraft. This will start explaining what we're doing. So that's all now connected. The aircraft has been loaded automatically from OnAir. So to verify all of this, couple of things before we get going here. Landing gear is in the down position. Flap is in the up position. Just means when we turn on the battery, nothing's going to try and move. Before we do go for the battery, we shall turn on some lights here. So we're going to go ahead and get our nav lights turned on, and our beacon and our tail flood. And we'll go ahead now and go with our master battery switch, which is here. And we'll go for the avionics, we'll go for the external power as well. That's where all our power is coming in from. And let's just double check our fuel here as well. So our standby pumps, go ahead and turn these guys on. And we can also check our fuel quantity. So test is working. Auxiliary fuel on board it's fine. It's about 500 pounds in each engine, so that's all grand. Now let me see, we're going to go for bump. Left and right engine anti-ice, that's all part of the inertial separator. Lights are looking good down here. That's our park. What am I looking for? One should be park and brake, one should be oxygen. So that'll be oxygen. So let me see, our prop levers, so we can't actually, part of the aircraft is we need to put these in manually, right? So our props, we're going to put them both onto full. Oh, there he is, Dibbles. Our condition lever stays off for the moment. Lights are doing what they need to do. There is sufficient power in there. Pilot air and all the jazz is okay. We have our POH if we need it. Circuit breakers are all in. Go ahead and cancel the L warning light, and it'll be a startup on the aircraft. Then we can engage our avionics. Looking into the back of the aircraft, nothing's modelled there, but there are add-ons you can get that'll actually, you know, put people into your aircraft. So we'll close that up. We're going to take it for granted that we are loaded. We are sitting on the GPU. It's going to be a start on the right engine first, and then we'll disconnect the GPU and we'll start up then our own on the left. So with that said, do I need to worry about anything here? I don't think so. Our ignition systems are all okay. Inverter is off at the moment. Engine start. We can put all this into kind of, you know, manual mode if we wish. There's no need. Once we start spinning up the right hand side, everything will come on itself. So you can see that we have auto ignition on both sides. We're going to arm that. Just means then if we have a problem and that she won't low idle on me, we should be grand. We'll also pick up the weather and all that when we're ready to go. Good news about being in the States, you wouldn't have to call ATC for an engine start unless, of course, they have specifically said you must. So while we're sitting here, it's going to be a start up on the right-hand side. So all gone well, we'll engage the starter. We're going to watch our NG rise. Once it gets to about 18%, we'll introduce some fuel. We're going to monitor our ITT for a hot start, our NG for a hung start. Our ITT will probably peak out 800 or 900 degrees. And then our NG, once she passes about 55 to 60%, we can disengage the starter, go high idle, and then generators on, and then go to the left-hand side. Sounds great, doesn't it? Right. Let's see what happens. So turbine is spinning. I forgot to do this. Arm the emergency lights, master panel lights, they're already on. So we have some spin edge. Turbine looking good. Fuel coming in. You get your devil. Okay,
your
fuel coming in.
Will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
That's on air now. It now knows we've started the engine. There's our ITT, 550 degrees only, that's fine. Turbine now up past 60%. We're going to go into high idle. We're going to disengage that starter. We're going to turn on the right generator, reset, and switch it on. Gen ties are okay. Inverter, right hand side can come alive. Beautiful sounding machine. Beautiful. So that's a good start over on our right hand side. Now we can now disconnect our external power. We see our little caution light to say you've disconnected it. And if we come over to our ground connections here, we shall remove all of that. And now we can go for a start on the left side. So generator's already on, we can see a feed, and we have our own power here. So start up on the left side now. Beautiful. Reed, good to see you, buddy. Okay, so we have spinach, turbine around 20%. 22, we're going to introduce some fuel, low idle. Fuel is coming in, ITT is now starting to rise, we're going to watch this. And that peaks at around 580 degrees. Turbine is up now to 60%. Starter off. Generator on. Second inverter on. Close the window. We have a good engine start. Generators are all okay. We're going to go for the avionics master switch. Actuators standby are fine. Prop test, let me see, auto feather is armed. Governor, don't need to worry about that for the moment. But what else do we want to do here now? Recoil lights can come on, strobes leave them off for the minute. And our avionics are now starting to get alignment here, which is ideal. So we also have two of our beautiful GTN 750s from the TDS add-on, which I do like. So let them warm up. We'll continue on. We're going to go ahead and get our
system test okay.
lead valves open, which they are. And what else we want to do here now? Electrical heating, no. Aft heating, no. Cabin temperature, we'll keep it up a little bit, not too high, right? Keep it in automatic mode, which is fine. Cabin air, go ahead and open that. And just come down here. Let me see. Stall horn tests. We'll do a quick test on this. That's working. Landing gear test. They're all fine. Overspeed test. Cabin altitude test. And differential test. That'll come up on our dash here as well. So go ahead, cancel the warnings. And we continue on now with some of our flows. We're going to come on down here. We shall... Let me see. Rudder boost is on. Pitch trim is on. We might just reset these. EFIS power is already on. That's just our voice recorder. So the aircraft is now certainly up and running. External power is off, avionics are on, inverters are good, genties are okay. We'll close off the anti-ice once we get airborne. Actuators are all okay as they are. Fuel is looking okay as they are. Prop sync, we'll leave it off for takeoff and landing. Coming over here to the right side, we have a weather radar mode, so we can put that onto standby. Now I'm unsure, are they using the actual weather radar? I don't think they are. They might be, but I haven't seen the update yet. So I think it's just, we're in standby mode, test, or weather. I don't believe this is affecting it yet. This could be just on the default one. You know what I mean? It could be just on the default one. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. So we're getting a caution here. I need to check on our EFIS. Oxygen not armed. There we go. What else do you want to do here now? Battery. GM Inconvenient Murphy. Kev, yeah, no worries. Is there a discount for this if I own the XPlane 11 version? Yeah, I think so, CFI. I think you get like 15 or 20 bucks off. Naughty Gnome, good to see you. Hope you're well. Batboy Gaming, good morning. Hope you're keeping very well. Kyle says battery off. Now, does battery go off? Like, we have a battery temperature warning here, but like, let's just double check here. Performance, right? I want to go into some checklists. I just want to be sure. So normal precautions, engine start on the battery. Before taxi, gentie volume, bus selector. I'm unsure that you turn off the battery. Before taxi, we'll go back one. Engine start, right? Engine clearing, no, we don't need to worry about that. Hot start, hung start, no. Right engine, generators, battery, yeah, no, we don't turn off the battery. Time to shop steps, Kev, nice. Alright, so we're going to start putting in a route of what we got over on SimBrief. So while we're doing this, we're going to just come on in here to... on up here, my old gadget jet, so you guys can see what we're doing. I think we can make the screen a little bit bigger now. No. Okay, we'll just zoom in and do it. So we're good for our flight plan here. DeBlaze, thank you very much indeed. You legend, 24 months. Thank you very much indeed. Monty, good morning. Naughty Gnome says, I've got the man flu and PC issues. Oh dear. Push on, we'll push on. Oh, you poor old devil. Right, we're going to add a waypoint. So let's open up our SimBrief flight plan. So there's only one waypoint on route. It's ELN, Echo Lima November, Ellensburg. That's the VOR. And then our destination is going to be Yakima, which is going to be KYKM. Yakima. That looks good to me. Message. That's all grand. Back one. Into our map. That's how it's going to be looking. Our cruise altitude for today's flight up to 14,000 feet. So we'll go ahead and do all of this here now as well. While I'm waiting, go ahead and get our transponders on. We have a transponder up here as well, so not much to worry about. Channel select or power. Power's on, we're on channel 1. And we'll see what comes in on this now as well. Gyro should be grand. What else do I want to do? We want to select an altitude, so we're going to put it up to 14,000. And while we're here, we're going to open up our Navigraph, and that's going to give us some information regarding the weather and also our charts. So it's a multi-use kind of a system. Multi-use. So we're going to import the flight directly from SimBrief, and here we are to Yakima. So if we want to have a look at this, runway for departure is going to be that of runway 35. We have a quick little zoom in here. So it's the one that's straight ahead of us. We're going to be departing to the north. We'll do our own left-hand turn down. Then it's intercepting the VOR. The VOR signal or frequency, let's see, Ellensburg, it's going to be 117 decimal, sorry, 117.9er. So 117.9er. Going to pop that in there. We can track the VOR if needs be. So let's just verify 117.9er, channel 126. That's all grand. There's a TACAN there as well. Now, when it comes to the weather here at the airport, let's have a quick look. So this is called a METAR. Now, a METAR is all sorts of weird looking code, right? And if you want to do it yourself, lads, in the chat, if you type in METAR, METAR, put a space in there, and then put in the ICAO code for this is KOMK. So METAR space KOMK. That should give you a read of what we're looking at here. Kill Switch, good to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. Jan, this is the Airfoillabs King Air 350 in XPlane. Great bit of stuff. Stinkweasel, good man yourself, you got it. So it's saying it's an automated report on the 2nd day of October at 09:53 Zulu. Winds are 0403 knots. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Few clouds at 3,700. Temperature 8 degrees, 2.7. And our altimeter is 29er. If we were to confirm that to here, 2nd day, 09:53 Zulu, 0403 knots, 10 miles, few clouds, 37. They're all talking to one another. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And we can do that on any flight that we do, lads. You can put in a METAR request, find out what the weather is, where we're going. So what this means is our altimeter is important. So it is that of 29er. So there's a bit of low pressure here. So we want to watch for that, right? So 29er, RCB. And we'll just verify it's going to cross all the way. Radar altitude, we're going to put that down to 300 feet. What else do you want to do now? Nav or FMS, leave that alone. Slew, that's okay. 29er. There we go. And we have some backup instruments we control this onto as well. But at the moment, that's looking absolutely fine. Runway 35 is what we said. What else do you want to do here? Information is okay. Charts, taxi, cold temperature table. Ooh, cold temperature table. Never seen that before. Looking at the airport chart, very straightforward where we are. Our en route waypoint, as we said, is a simple VOR ELN, which is the Ellensburg VOR. So let me see. I'm going to bring up Garmin Pilot now as well. All right. So Garmin Pilot. This is real world stuff. That's used. You know, real world aviation. I'm using it here. You can connect to XPlane and to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is a paid, it's a paid service, but I like using the real stuff as well. It gives you a great, choice between both what's, you know, built only for simulators versus what you have in the real world. So this is pretty cool. So we can see some of the information here now. If I can click on Ellensburg, we can go in and have a look at the frequencies. 117-9er. And if you look at the identifier, it's all in Morse code, right? So it'll show us the following. It'll sound like this. So when we tune in our VOR, and once we start hearing that Morse code, if it identifies as this, then we know we're listening to the right one. All right? And you can verify because we have modern avionics. But back in the day, you didn't have modern avionics. So you'd have to be listening in from that, right? So that looks good to me. So we'll go ahead and close this. I better turn on LRM as well because we're tracking our flights with Firefly Air. Swifty, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. 172, good morning, Murph. Just my morning tea. I was wondering the line that the aircraft follow, is it called a Magenta line? So it goes Magenta line. Northern Aviation, it's Garmin Pilot, it's called. The Garmin Pilot EFB. So we're going to go taxi lights on. We're going to go for an on to flaps. And what else do you want to do? We want to do a flight control test just before we get going. We do have our passengers loaded. This is an air ambulance mission. So let me see. Movement here, left, right, up, down, and we can check the rudders as well. So our controls feel correct and they're free and correct. Cabin light, coffee, furnace is already on. No smoking, fasten seat belts. All our lights are on up here, and we do have, of course, the gorgeous blue lighting that you get in the Beechcraft aircraft. It's that beautiful panel blue, stunning, absolutely stunning, right? Magenta is the colour. That's what they go with, the magenta line, 100%. Right, so that looks good. Again, just a bit of navigation on the ground. We want to taxi to it's runway 35, so that's going to be kind of straight ahead, out the gap, hang a left, and then out to the right hand side. So friends, let us see what we can do here. As we do one of those with one of these, and everything should be looking tickety-boo. We can bring up our synthetic vision. That looks good to me. And we have our map here as well. So we're going to come off the brakes. Small bit of power. Nice and easy now with our taxi lights on. Transponder, we'll go ahead and make something up. 6461. And we'll go altitude reporting on that. Enter. And we'll take our time on the movements here because we're going to, you know, just take it fierce handy. So we want to taxi out here to the right-hand side. Easy does it. Tis a fine machine, this one. Do not go on the grass, Murphy. Do you know what I'm looking for? Beta. Which doesn't seem to be working on my controls, so we need to watch for that. Right. Right, there's beta, so it does work. Right. Need to keep an eye on that one, lads. Absolutely need to keep an eye on that one. Right, so we'll just hold short here for a second. Just before we blast, we're going to put on our landing lights. We're going to put on our strobe lights. Everything else here looks good to me. That looks good to me. What else do you want to do for our autopilot? Now, there is a knack to this because it can be difficult kind of looking down and reaching this. So what I tend to do, we'll arm our heading mode. We'll arm our VS. Right? And let me see what we're going to do here. Our VS is... they're hundredths. So if we now turn our heading dial... be turning this to the runway. So left is clear on approach, right is clear on departure. Get ourselves lined up here on the runway. Bushy, good to see you. Any questions on the 350? I'm sure we'll have loads. Beautiful airplane though. So get ourselves lined up here. And remember, it's all about being as gentle as we can with the aircraft because of our payload, right? It's because of our payload. Alright, easy now. Let's hold station. Transponder is on. Engine anti-ice, we'll turn that off once we get airborne. What else do you want here now? So we're saying VS mode. We'll look after this in a moment. Yeah, that's okay. Cabin, that's okay. Cabin altitude, it's set for about 16,000 feet, which is fine. That's kind of the default, so we don't need to worry too much about pressurizing. Everything should be fine. So as we get ourselves lined up here, you're a 350 pilot, Bushy, you're very welcome in. Bushy, now listen, you're going to have to, like, get a lemon, right? Get a lemon and start biting into it, because I'm going to do stupid things. I'll try not to, but I'll do stupid things, right? Let's see what happens. So flaps are set. Right, friends, let's see what's going to happen here. This could be hilarious. Are we ready? Slowly advancing our power. Torque is coming up. We'll see our auto feather lights come on. Off the brakes, we're rolling. Auto feather is now armed. Keep an eye on the ITT and our torque. And that's me takeoff power set. Airspeed very much alive. 60 knots. Doing the rudder dance. Coming up on 80 knots. We're looking good. Coming up on 100 knots now. Ease back on our controls. Oopsie daisy.
Rotate.
There's our positive rate of climb. And we're indicating.
Airborne time
Easy now. Gear coming in, tapping the toe brakes.
Attitudes check.
Little bit steep on our initial climb out. We'll take it nice and easy.
Flaps up.
Flaps coming in. Yaw dampener. There's a decision height because we have it set to 300 feet. We'll hold this. Speed is coming up nicely. Torque, a little bit high. We're going to bring back the torque now. And we're somewhere between kind of 8 and 10 degrees. A little bit steep, but we're okay for the moment. Ease off some of the power. Bit of trim coming into the equation now. And we're definitely fighting with the wind around us. You can the sense of moving through the air is done very well on this machine. Very well. Do you know? Brilliant. Am I in Iceland, Kyle? Negative. We're in the States. In the States. Right, so that's a nice climb out here. And what we can do, we can start talking to our autopilot. So if I should be able to go V speed. And let's see, can we hold this now? So we're going to keep it at around 600 feet a minute. Well, actually, we can go more because look at our power. Now, I want to watch. If I come off the anti-ice, it's probable we're going to get a slight increase in our torque. Slight. We'll see what happens though. So, anti-ice coming off. Keep an eye on the torque. Still climbing nicely. We are in heading mode. So, we're going to start doing a left-hand turn. So let's throw in a left-hand turn. Let's bring it over to 300 degrees. Are these synced up? We'll find out now in a second. So we're passing 330. No, they're not synced up. Let's have a look at this. This could be fun. 30. Engine's okay. Prop sync, we can bring it on. So far so good. We're picking up a nice bit of speed here. This is tasty. So 30 and 30. Ah, we're close enough. We're close enough. It needs a little bit of a sync. Gyro slaving. Let me see here now. What do we need to move it to? Provided, of course, this guy is right, but 330 is what it thinks. So let's have a quick look here. So this guy reckons we're now on 300. Okay, we're actually fairly bang on there. Go ahead and lock that. And next up is going to be a left turn over to 270 degrees. Let's tighten that one in. Speed is looking good. We're continuing our turn here. Weather is reading, but I'm not in here, unfortunately. But we'll keep it on for the moment. 10% increase. Love an XPlane 12. It has surprised me, says Boss Man. I got the Sparky 747 free add-on. It's pretty cool, yeah. Saunders, I should fly a B2 someday. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Okay, so we're heading for high terrain here, so we're going to keep another left-hand turn. We're going to get talking to our GPS unit now because we want to fly direct now to that VOR. So as we continue putting in a left turn, we're going to bring it down to 180 degrees. That will give us an intercept for our magenta line. We go ahead and bring this up on our Garmin Pilot, see what we're currently doing, and we can see where this high ground is. Now we are climbing nice and easy. We're just shy of 1,000 feet a minute. We can increase that because we have plenty of power here, plenty of speed as well. So as we're moving, things are looking good. Temps, pressures, everything is going okay. No warning lights on my EFIS or on my annunciator panel. And we're hoping that things are nice and easy for our passenger on board. And an outside view and the sounds. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Saunders, thank you very much indeed, buddy. Appreciate it. Mr. Teuton sent me a message. Oh, Jesus, we're in trouble everywhere, lads. Right, hang on a second now. So CDI is set to GPS. Nav mode can go ahead and be armed. It'll probably capture this as well. And if we go into our nav radio, we'll turn this guy on. Now, it's down, on, up is off. I think it is. Marker beacon on. And let's see when we start reading our VOR, right? That's ADF. So that should be reading our nav. So the channel is okay. but it should be giving me DME information here shortly as well. So we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. Props in currently on. We're climbing now just over 1,000 feet a minute. Speed is looking good. We're approaching 7,000 feet. Look at that view out there, look. Can I do the SR-71 Blackbird at some stage? Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. Voicey, good to see you, buddy. Right, hang on. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Right. Buttons all over the shop, lads. Buttons all over the shop. Right, okay, so we seem to be going okay at the moment. We're going to intercept this magenta line. I'm wondering why we're not getting DME information over here just yet. Now let's see what we have. So that's our ADF. So we're not using an ADF. Instead, we're using. We're tuned into a VOR. Right, we'll figure out this one out in a moment. That's the direction of the VOR, but I just don't seem to be getting the range of it yet. Now, it shouldn't be too far, right? Channel select. Usually it comes up here as a waypoint, unless of course I need to save it as a waypoint. In which, if that's the case, I'll need to watch for that. Let me see here now. Distance is grand, so ELN, there we go. So we're tuned into that. So these are channels for my waypoints, so I think I need to add them. So I need to read into how do we do that, because that's what it looks like, doesn't it? Let's have a look here now. So our yaw dampener should be on, yaw is on, trim is doing its stuff, autopilot, altitude is armed, we're still in VS mode. Display, arc, ADF, nav. So here's our displays here, look. Okay, so if we're saying course, inside airspace, that's quite okay. So we can probably start messing around with the course on this, do you know what I mean? But we're climbing nicely, coming up on 10,000 feet. Our passengers, we can relax the chisel. And at this stage, we're going to go and bring our lights to off. We have our Rico lights on, so that'll give us nice flashy lights, you know what I mean? Maybe terrain, maybe. The sim is so smooth and I fly past texture, yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Streaming at lunchtime during a working day. Telling you now. Viper Strike is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Alright, so we seem to be going okay. Flaps are up. Aircraft power set. Running at around 70% on our torque. We have a bit of mileage to move on this. Prop RPM is fine. That's all synced. Our turbine, about 90% or so. So we do have a little bit of headroom here. We can increase our climb. Now that speed will start dropping back ever so slightly as we've just passed 10,000 feet. We're heading up to 14,000 feet. And we are very much now getting on course. The aircraft leaning, of course, is trying to fight with the wind. There's 11 knots of wind coming against us. So the aircraft's going to bank to counter that. Do you know? But yeah, look, beautiful views here. It's stunning. Vex, it does. And not only does the GTNs work, they can be updated through Navigraph now, meaning that you have accurate Navigraph data directly into your GTNs, which is superb news. Superb news. Do you know? But yeah, no, she seems to be working fine. Great looking machine, isn't it? I read it, boss man, I read it. So let's go in and have a closer look at what's going on our screen here. So we can see messages on this side. That's okay, that's okay. They also have this new cross-fill technology, which is friggin' awesome. But we'll leave it alone for the moment. Traffic, there is no traffic. Terrain we can put on. And that should give us a better understanding. So let me see, 360 art flight plan, legend. Keep to the flight plan. Put into arc mode. Yeah, no terrain affecting us at this altitude. We're going fine. Moving across, let's have a look. So our speed is now starting to drop down. We do have a bit of room, so we're going to start increasing our torque. Keep an eye on the turbine as well. As we get higher, the air gets lighter. That's giving our engines a little bit more room to breathe. So our turbine comes up to about 97%. There we go. We're in a high power kind of climb here. Speed is starting to regain, and we're now passing 12,000 feet. Seems the VOR will be hard to pick up beyond about 35 miles. Yeah. Dual 750 is a nice setup. Oh, it's gorgeous, man, isn't it? If I was going to fly my own plane, lads, that is what I'd be using. Do you know what I mean? So we're looking good. This is our machine in all its glory. And as I said, we have our Rico lights on. That's doing its stuff. And yeah, live weather as well. Time of day, we've accelerated it because, well, it's still nighttime over this neck of the woods. But it's looking good. It's all anyone really needs. Yeah. Okay, so our next little mission here, lads, we want to be inspecting the weather a little bit further down, right? So if I bring up, for instance, our Garmin Pilot, well, this is where I can start tracking what the weather is showing me. So I can see there's all cloud and stuff in the way, and there is radar data here showing rain and stuff. We can go in here and say, right, on our map, that's chart access if we need it. However, if we go to our weather base, FIS probably won't show me, but it will show weather, internet, infrared, or internet visibility. So we go infrared on that. METAR, icing, turbulence, winds. Get an idea for the winds here by clicking on the winds, and you see the wind barb starting to appear on the screen as well. Other things we can look at then are going to be any segments if there's heavy turbulence. So yes, we're flying straight into the world of bumpiness, right? That's a little bit further on down the road. We've just leveled off now at 14,000. Keep an eye on our torque as it's starting to creep. Our airspeed is now coming up the road, almost 240 indicated. It's going to give us close to 280 on the ground. We're absolutely hooning it, lads, which is great. Icing is suspected in this area. We need to be careful. Also low turbulence. Convective clouds will be important as well. And yeah, I think we're okay for the moment. So let us change this guy, and we'll go to this one. Now, if we bring up Navigraph, well, let's get an idea for the weather at our destination. So back in here to our airports, we're going to go into Yakima. We can see the little green light. There are VFR conditions here, meaning that it's visual flight rules. We're going to open up the airport itself, and let's have a look at the weather. So again, you guys can do the same. Exclamation point METAR space, and then the code for Yakima is KYKM. KYKM. All right. So it's telling me here, if someone wants to type that into the chat there, it'll come up on the screen and you guys will be able to read it as well. So I'll read it from the chat, and then we can go over and have a look on this side. Let me see. Good man Malky, we have it there. So 021053 Zulu, so this is accurate. Automated report. Winds, what's your speed, Murphy? Winds are 2805 knots. Visibility is 10 miles or more. Sky conditions are clear. 3 degrees, it's cold. Altimeter 3003. Alright. That was a little overspeed warning there. I don't think OnAir is going to like much of that either, but sure, listen, we'll wait and see, lads. We'll wait and see. Okay, so that's the METAR. We can see it here. Winds are 280 at 5. If you want to go in and have a look at the runways, 22 or 27 are the best options. All right. Probably 27. I would favour 27. It's a much larger runway. Now, the South Air Park, or we want to get up to where the main ramp is. So to make life easy, let's go in and look at the actual airport. So let me see, we have, if you go runway 27, terminal fire station, west ramp parking. There's birds in the vicinity as well. But we're going to aim for the west ramp parking in by the fire station. So it's going to be runway 27. We'll hope to vacate the runway at Alpha 2 or Alpha 3. So let's see what happens there. Alpha 2 or Alpha 3. And that's okay for the weather. The altimeter down here, as I said, is going to be 3003. That's something to watch. Automated station with precip street level. That's all looking good. So we're okay for the moment. We'll continue on. And if we look at our charts here, these are VFR charts we're using with Navigraph. And we can see where we're going. So the VOR We have a couple of other nav aids along the way, but our main VOR is going to be this one here at Ellensburg, and that's going to give us just about 30 miles out from Yakima. So we're going okay so far. We're about 55, 56 miles away from our VOR, and let me see, our direction is pointing us here, so we're aiming off of the wind. And what else do we want to do? We're okay from the terrain side of the house, and everything else with the aircraft in terms of temperatures, pressures, we're managing our energy, and the autopilot is doing a great job as well. Nice and comfy. I'm looking to have a fusion set up in your 350. Ooh. Is this better as WFS? WFS. As weather like Paul Pet? Is that what you're asking? So, nice views. Beautiful countryside here, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And this time of day, you see our little static wicks here bouncing around with the wind as well. Look at that view, man. Jesus. That's very pretty, isn't it? Massive Simulations, good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. So let me see, we have our synthetic vision running here on our Garmin Pilot as well. This updates really well. There's no delays from what you can see, and if there are, they're like, you know, tiny delays. So this is giving you an idea. It's using the Sims information to transfer this onto this tablet, so we can see things like our ground speed, artificial horizon, our current altitude, vertical speed, a compass showing our heading, and then it's giving us everything on the top display. Well, that's everything that we're doing here as well. But we can also add more than that. We can have a look at our flight profile. So where we're currently flying at the moment, this is going to show any airspaces or indeed any terrain beneath us. It's all on this bottom screen here. So there's a whole load of cool stuff we can be looking at it. In addition to that, we can also start opening up some charts. So if we wanted to go in and have a look at the airport diagram, this is where we can do the same stuff. This is real world data that's coming up on your screen here now. So we were saying it's going to be runway 27. We're expecting either Alpha 2 or Alpha 3, or in this case it could be Alpha 3 or Alpha 4. You have the McCormick Air Centre, but we're looking for the West Ramp parking. That's what we're aiming for. Nice. We can also open up additional charts if we need. What else do you want here? Save taxi, no. Traffic, terrain. We can bring the terrain radar up. Again, that's reading all the nav data. How do we get the iPad into OBS? Browser source should do it. Browser source should do it. I'm using, it's called Lonely Screen. It's very good. Now, wouldn't it be great if we can put a weather radar on this? You know what I mean? There's the sim having a moment. See that? Are we still live? We are. That was weird. We lost connection, but now we're back. What else? Flight profile map. So we can look at the overall map. So it's a nice split screen that we can look at the map and we can look at our vertical, our synthetic vision. And then navigation then is showing us these dials. And we can change these around. We can just go by data. We can just go by one. Or we can just go by dials and instruments. Entirely up to us. Fierce handy, lads. Fierce! Fierce handy. So, how are we looking? It is a beautiful view, that, isn't it? Look at the state of this, look. Absolutely gorgeous as we're flying along. And, yeah, man, we're looking good. Man, look at that mountain over there. Absolutely mad looking. So some beautiful views here. Right, so we are approaching the VOR. We're about 30 miles out from it, and then we're a further 30 miles out to our destination. So we'll be planning our descent shortly as we ramble across. It's called Lonely Screen Vex. It's a paid gadget that you need to get, but your camera's off to one side. Yep. It's a paid add-on, but it works very well. Like, it just connects your iPad to whatever computer screen. Fierce handy, lads. Fierce handy. So decision height, we're saying 300. Other information about Yakima in terms of the airport itself. So let's have a look. Elevation for this area is 1,099 feet. So our radar altitude, this always operates at an AGL level. That's above ground level, right? So if we have it set to 300, that's our radar altitude. But we can also come in here and we can plan our decision height. So even though our decision height is showing us, 500 feet, right? We can change that. So if we come down here, we can edit our decision height from here, right? So we're going to bring this down to about 300 feet. That's going to be our decision height, right? And we can change the look and feel and all this of our screens. So we're happy with this one. We can pop out this guy next, do the same, and we can actually change how everything appears on this screen. So it's in HSI mode. We can go ARC if we wish, or we can just look at the map, and we can also zoom out here as well. So let me see. There's 40 miles out. And same on the map here as well. And we can kind of say, look, what you want to see on the map. So we can see where the green point is. That's the VOR, because that's already logged in. We already know where that is. And then we can mess around with some other bits and bobs as well. So that's a range. We'll keep it on HSI. VOR 1 is what she's reading. Now, even though we have GPS on nav mode, there is a master, I think, between nav and GPS. So let me see. Let me see. Audio comms on. So if you listen carefully, you'll start hearing the beeps, right? Where's me headphone jack? You hear them beeps coming through? Isn't there like a headphone jack on this? Oh, I thought we could simulate headphone use of this, no? There's probably a button inside the gadget anyway. We can hear it beeping away there in the background anyway, but I could have sworn we had a way of headphone simulation. Check our menu over here, look. Let's have a look. Options. Environmental sound is there. Decision height in brackets is information only. Gotcha. Is there a button here for headphone simulation? I'm sure there is. 2D panels. Anyway, you should be able to hear it. I can turn down the sounds of the aircraft. Let me see. So if we go to environment. No. You can kind of hear it, yeah? So that's grand. Beaker's grand. Volume is already turned up full whack. Aircom, that's DME. That's cool. It actually plays on both. That's really good. Real good. Right, okay, so we're booting on. We're turning off that guy. We are now, let me see, 7 miles out. Man, look at the view out the front there. Jesus, that's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. That's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Look at the clouds and that. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? That is looking absolutely gorgeous, I have to say. Well done, XPlane. You're looking absolutely very sharp this morning. Alright, okay, so our speed is looking good. What happened there now? Maybe we hit a thermal. So we will be changing our whatchamacallit, we're going to be changing our altimeter settings now as we start making a turn. So we're going to adjust this now 3003. There's not much in it. And we're going to come over here and do the same 3003. And we're now going to plot in a new altitude. We're going to drop this down now to 7,000 feet. That'll be armed. So we can now once again go into vertical speed. And we're going to nose down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be giving me 1,000 feet every minute. As we do this, we want to watch our speed. So we're going to ease off the power a little bit. So we're over that VOR. That's looking good. And we're now, let me see, we've just passed the VOR. So the information on this screen, we want to change this now. Let me see here. We want to change this now to out of VOR. Course, bearing, show us the wind, sinker heading. But how do we get this off VOR? Let's have a look now. Soft ride, slow descent. I'm fairly sure there's a button we can press here that'll show this guy in VOR. I don't see it, friends. How do we get this puppy now into nav mode? Actuators, no, that's all fine, that's all fine. That's all fine. So it's got to be something over here, right? That's only doing this side. How do we get this into VOR? Or how do we get it off VOR? Right, keep this guy here for the minute. No, you're the wrong one. This guy for the minute. Because it's still tuned into VOR, isn't it? And our course deviation indicator is still set to nav mode, which is what we want, right? So it has to be something over here. Let me see. Decision radar. We're still VOR. I want VOR off my screen. How do we do that? Do. There's our GPS. So there's our GPS showing. So I don't know how we get rid of the VOR. Press CDI. Well, you see, we're already on. We're on GPS, but it's still showing VOR. Is that because we just tuned into a VOR? Maybe. I'm not actually sure. It is following our GPS, which is what I wanted. So like, there's no issue there. It was just it's just one of those things. Right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. We're going to pop back on our landing lights. Let our cabin know that we're now going to be no smoking and fasten seatbelts. All our electrical stuff is doing what it should be doing. And as we're saying, it's going to be lining up ourselves here for a landing into Yakima on runway, what do we say, 27. 27 is what we want. So we can probably talk to this machine here, and we're going to say procedure. Our approach, we could go for the ILS for 27, the RGB. Now we can look at vectors. Transition could be, let me see. We could go out as far as Sunned maybe. Or Mark. Mark is a good one. Or we can do the Opice. So we'll do Opice. If that's possible. No, it doesn't like that. So what's after Opais? It's Zitlu. Can we use Zitlu? No. So Mark is the closest one it's given me, which is going to be all the way out here. So we'll do vectors. We'll just go Mark. She's thinking about it. There you go. Load and activate. Uh-oh, she's getting messy. Load and activate. Let's look at the map. So it's going to bring us all the way out to Mark and then all the way back in again. That'll do. Right, so if I go back into my flight plan here, let's bring up Garmin and let's have a look at Yakima. If we add a procedure approach, it's going to be ILS runway 27 and it's going to be via Mark. So that's our initial approach. Load and activate. And then the information that we want for the ILS. Let me see. That's looking good. We're going to be flying in on this side. If I go to charts now, airport diagram, we're going to go back one. We're going to look at the approach. So we can see ILS, minimums ILS, that's grand. Transition is that. Let's go in and have a look at our briefing. So the ILS frequency is 110.1. That goes into our nav now. 1101. So we can transfer this guy around. 110.1 and 110.1. We can see our ILS starting to align here. Final approach is going to be that of 274 degrees. That'll be over here. So we're going to put in 274 on our course. Course selection knob. Let me see. Why can't we horse this one in, lads? That's interesting. We can't change our course on that. Why is that now? Course transfer, no. That's interesting. GBR, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. In a Boxman, welcome in. Amazing live. Thanks for playing the game. Sorry, my English is from Brazil. No worries. Hello to Brazil from Tipperary in Ireland. You're very welcome in. Let me see. Glide slope is going to be at Zaulo. We should intercept the glide slope at 3,800. Decision altitude is going to be 1278. Or sorry, 1268. Okay. 1268. I'm not happy that I can't change that course. A little bit worried over that. I mean, that is the button to change my course. But it seems to be doing it on the VOR. That's strange. Anyway, we shan't worry. So, decision 1268 is what this is going to be. So we'll get in here now and change our decision height. So 1268 up the hill. Nexus is watching us all the way from Nigeria. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. 1268. So we can probably go 1260. That'll do. We're expecting the glide slope at 3,800 feet. So we're now going to descend down to 5,000 feet. 5,000 is locked in. Terrain, we're over a bit of messy stuff at the minute. But I think we're looking okay. Let's just zoom in our terrain map here. That's looking good. We can V-speed this puppy down now. We're going to go V-speed and down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's looking good. 3003 is already dialed in. We're going to ease off on the speed here a little bit. We don't need all the speed. And as we're coming down the road, we can go ahead and get these, get our anti-ice back on. That'll act as our inertial separator. So we should be good. Yep. Thank you very much indeed for the follow. Mrs. TPHI, she's upside down. Welcome in. Simpix, welcome in. Do we have these dynamic approach charts on Garmin now? Yes, yes, they're very, very good. What else do we want to do? We have Pappies. And let me see, LDA, that's all okay, that's all okay. So that's a briefing done. Missed approach, we're going to climb runway heading 2,900 feet, turning right to 4,900. We're going to intercept the Yakima VOR and we're going to hold. I can see everything there clearly in front of me. So that's grand, all our comms are there. And that's all our details there. So I'm happy enough what we're doing so far. And we can see our profile here as well. So if I go to synthetic vision, I can now bring up a profile and we can see where we're descending to. So that is all tickety-boo for me. Right, so mind the mountains here. 5,000 is what we're dropping ourselves down to. Speed is, well, it's lively at the moment, but we're okay. Landing lights are already on, and we'll start preparing the aircraft for our descent here now in a moment. And our Garmin GTNs are going to start loading up the charts here as well, which is handy. Very, very handy. Quick last check over all of our mode switches and whatnot. Lights are on. Get the taxi lights on. Electricity is not expensive. What else do we have here? Cabin temperature, all that's fine. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. So we're going to head out to the Mark initial approach fix. And from Mark then it's going to be circled around, and then we're coming in then runway 27. So from this we would want to be, let's go and have a look. It's going to be 5,000, 4,000 and then 3,800 to intercept on the approach. So we're currently at 5,000 feet right now. We'll go ahead and program 4,000. We'll be dropping down to 4,000 shortly. Starting to pick up a little bit of bump up over these hills here. Beautiful views. We're expecting to land into some nice weather here, so all should be well. Epic Fool is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday, mate. Crafty Tiger's welcome in. Damn, a lot of switches on this plane. It's nice though, isn't it? Decision height on radar altitude. Good way to get kills is Vex. Alright, so far so good. We're going to be making a turn to the right here very soon. And we'll then be looking at our autopilot mode switches. We're going to be hitting the out approach mode soon. Once we get around this corner over at the Opais, that's going to be 17.6 miles out from Yakima. And as I said, we're going to be expecting to intercept the glide slope at 3,800 feet. That is what we want. So we have a right turn coming in 2 seconds. Speed is starting to come down nicely. Here's a right turn coming in. And so far so good. So 5,000 at Opais, and then it's going to be down to 4,000, and then we'll set an initial 3,000, and we should capture that glide at 3,800 feet. Our DME from the airport at that stage, I don't know, what's that, 5 miles? 6 miles? So we'll see what happens. Sim Training, welcome in. It has been a tough week, says Epic Fool. I miss on holidays. Oh, you miss being on holidays? Yeah, dude. Welcome back to the weather, right? It's frightening out here. Hang on in there, my dude. You'll be grand. The poor El Divil, God love him. Okay, so speed. Watch our power settings here. We're going to bring the torque back up to about 40%. And that'll just hold our speed here at about 155 knots. Man, look at that for the view. Beautiful. It's stunning. Flying Dive, good morning. Or good evening. Or good afternoon. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, so speed is looking good. We've done a nice maneuver on our turn. And now we're heading straight in. So 4,000 will be our next step climb. We'll go ahead and pop this guy into IAS. No, V-speed. And give us 500 or 600 feet on a descent here as well. The weather here has been a hot mess for Clare. If you're in the water, it's a red alert. If you're on the beach, it's yellow warning. Really? The right motherboard and CPU is going back to be tested on Monday. What happened, Naughty Gnome? Jesus, has there been issues on your PC setup, man? Alright, watch our speed here in the descent. Don't let the aircraft go too high about it. We've already hit our initial approach fix. Altitude is starting to come down. We're planning to be at 5,000. We're going to be at 4,000 feet on the way in. It's bumpy, but it's pretty. Look at that. It's amazing how much the terrain changes here, isn't it? It's fantastic looking. Okay, so we're monitoring our Garmin Pilot here the whole way through as well. I had issues when I bought it, worked around them. Today, 4 USB ports have stopped working. Oh, no way, man. Ugh. Yeah, that's enough to wreck your head. Right, so again, just have another quick look at what it is we're supposed to be doing here. So bring up the details again. DME, we already have that. We have the ILS tuned in. Final approach 274. I can't put that into the gadget, even though we have 276 dialed in. We're going to be getting the glide slope at Zaulo. Decision height is
1,000 feet to minimums.
Decision height is 1,268. Bit of rain coming in there. It does have PAPIs. Let me see. Missed approach then is going to be fly the runway heading, climbing to 2,900 feet. Right turn up to 4,900 feet, direct to the Yakima VOR, the VORTAC, and we're going to hold there. So that's all the information that we need. So I'm happy enough with that. So we're coming down now, leveling off at 4,000 feet. We'll go ahead and select 3,000 next. And once we get to our next waypoint, we'll start dialing that in. We're going to start looking for the approach mode, which we can possibly do now.
500 feet to minimums.
So approach has been armed. And 3,800 feet is when we expect to see the glide. So GS is in white, it's not active yet. You should be at 5,000, if OPSI at 5,000. Grand. We're taking the scenic look.
500 feet to minimums.
Keep her lit. So between 5 and 4 here, look. So we're at 4, and we're going to plan going down to 3. Because we'll start our descend. We could put in 3,800 feet. It's going to lock onto that regardless. Let's see here now. 3,800. All sorts of beeping. There's the approach mode starting to arm. She's capturing that.
500 feet to minimums.
Where are you going, plane? Okay, she's doing... Wait, was it because of stall? Oh no, me passenger's giving out because I banged too hard! Shh. What happened there, lads? Easy now. The poor old passenger wasn't happy. Any idea what happened there, no? That was interesting. Okay. Easy does it. We're going to be below the glide slope, so get your arse back up there quick. Bit of power here as well. Reclimb. That was interesting. We have a plane displayed on the vertical profile. We do, yes. And I'm very low. So we need to climb and get out of this mess. The poor old passenger gave out. Did you hear it? We went... That was due to my terrible handling, lads. Oh, well. I wonder what happened there. Because we were on approach mode, and then it went kind of off the track. I thought it was capturing the runway, because the runway symbol came up. So I wonder if it's because the course isn't in. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not quite sure. Alrighty, ease it off there now. Bit of trim, get us back on the straight and narrow. That was definitely interesting, wasn't it?
500 feet to minimums.
You're alright, Paddy, you're alright. Let's get rid of that yaw dampener. We'll go with one notch of flaps. I reckon it was to do with, right, approach, autopilot. It's trying to climb us here, look. It wants us at 3,800 feet, that's just wrong. Jesus, that was a steep climb, wasn't it? Right, calm it all down now, Jemima. Let's see what happens. It must have been to do with the speed, lads. Right, let's see what happens here. Watch the speed. We have lateral guidance.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Which is interesting. Cockpit dev team, Seb, where are we at? You joined us here, Seb, and things are getting very confusing. But let's see what happens. It's down at 4,000 feet. We set 3,800 feet. So I think we need to drop here a little bit. Okay. Glide slope has been captured. There we go. All is well in the realm.
1,000 feet to minimums.
Let's continue on in. It must have been me speed, lads. Must have been me speed, you know. This bodes well for the 7.4, right? In replay, airspeed was dropping. That's what it was, yeah. Thanks for yesterday. Watched the VOD this morning. Cockspur, dev team, Seb, absolutely no worries at all. Phenomenal work on that machine, mate. He hasn't seen a bed in about 6 months. It's looking good. I feel sorry for you. You can at least study more aircraft manuals. Just kidding. Good luck. Yeah, be grand. Be grand. This does bode well for the 7.4, doesn't it? Alright, speed is looking good. Landing gear. Let's be having you. Why is the yaw dampener on? We're at the outer marker. Okay, approach is looking good. We're fully established on the glide. And our approach is fixed. And now let's see what it wants to do on our descent. So our profile page is looking good here. Now, will it behave to this? It's still on the glide. Watch your speed. Go full flaps. And she's dropping the nose down again. So we have a look at the glide here. We can see in the bottom.
500 feet to minimums.
So it's a 3-degree glide. We should be fine. Just keep an eye on our speed here. Your Bebo profile. So the descent path is looking a lot better now. Just need to manage our speed here as we come in for a landing. It feels high. It looks high, but it's not. It's grand. You know what I mean? All is well in the realm. Beautiful looking. Absolutely go. Look at that for the view though, lads. Isn't that something else? Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Alright, speed is good. Flaps fully set. Lights are on, ready to rock. Gears down and locked. Prop sync. Good luck to you. And let's see where we go from here. So 200 feet to minimums.
100 feet to minimums.
Continue. It's lovely and clear out here, isn't it? Lovely and clear.
Minimums.
We're landing. And it'll either be Alpha 2 or Alpha 3. That's what we're going for. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking, Vex. Alright, we'll continue on in. We're doing about 130 knots. We are descending at around 650 feet a minute. Everything's looking relatively calm. 2,900 is our initial climb out, and then we climb up to 4.5 on the missed approach. We'll see what happens. Autopilot off. Good luck to you, autopilot. Yaw dampener off. Okay, I have control. Easy, does it?
500.
124 knots. We're still on the profile, although we're getting a little bit high for it. We're looking good. Watch the power as we come in. Easy now. Our poor old passenger won't be too happy. He had a bit of a rough one, didn't he? Okay, we're looking good. So far, so good. Centerline is looking grand. Winds are calm. Bit of a breeze. 5 knots. Nothing to write home about. Runway 27. We just went in under the glide, but that's okay.
100 feet.
See our touchdown zone?
50 feet.
Okay, watch the flare. There's touchdown.
Time log.
Probably went a little bit early in beta. Okay, it looks like it's going to be that of Alpha 3. Manual braking. Flaps coming in. And Alpha 3 it is. Roll to the right. Easy, does it? And we'll get ourselves off the runway. We're going to be taxiing down on Alpha. Right, welcome in. Andre, thank you very much indeed. Kind of you, dude. Okay, landing lights coming off. Strobes coming off. Flaps are in. And we're going to go down where the fire station is and pull in on the left-hand side. Riot! And we'll look at the replay then as well. Butter or refund? I had a fun one on air yesterday. Had me coming into a strip with no pappy and a 4.5 degree approach. What? No way. Hey, Crowdy, good to see you. Okay, well, we made it anyway. I wonder. I should really kind of work on my throttle configuration, just to give us manual beta rather than using, you know, full beta. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't seem to be actually working right. Okay, this is the west ramp. Let's hang a left. Some crack in the 747 tonight, I can tell you. The patient lives. Huzzah! Alrighty, that'll nearly do us there. Alright, on the brakes. Back brake engaged. And let's have a quick look. So lights are looking good. Anti-ice can come off. And let me see. Condition levers. Low idle. Taxi light coming off. Vehicle lights can stay on for the moment. Avionics at this stage, we're going to say good luck and thanks. So we'll go into our transponder. I'm going to stick you onto standby, enter and close. And we'll go avionics master switch coming off. And we'll drop on the right side. Come on now. There we go. Auto ignition off. Left side.
Engine
off.
time logged.
Engine off time has been logged.
Finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
On pause. Eco lights, beacon, tail float, they're all looking good to me. We'll okay all of these. Let's go check out OnAir. Let's see here now. Register the flight. Let's go and have a look. So, all times are red. So, let me see. Landing rate, smooth. It was happy enough there. Freelance medical transportation, reputation increase. That's all grand. Aircraft handling bonus not obtained. What did I do wrong? So, we lost points. Let me see. The entire flight. So, where did it lose points? We hit a stall. So, that was me mucking around. And look, yeah. So, we can actually go back and see what went wrong there. Speed management wasn't good enough. We hit a stall, or we came close to a stall. The autopilot shut off, and that's what pulled us out to the left. So that's where the issue was. But it's great. Isn't it great that you can go back using OnAir? I mean, you can go back and actually track down to the moment things go wrong, right? So why we banked left, I'll need to go back. Maybe I had my, maybe the heading bug wasn't synced. And it defaulted back to heading, perhaps. I don't know. But that was definitely interesting. So we lost points there because we pretty much hit a stall, right? And because of that, that made things a little bit uncomfortable for our poor old passenger, Jeremiah Longbrush. But anyway, let me see. Payload. So we were too high. So the bank was really ridiculous. Patient and staff lost a bit of comfort on that one. But we can see exactly, this is where it was. Our airspeed was showing, indicated 102 knots. That's what went on there. We should have been up around the 130s. So that was a Murphy issue, right? It was for this reason he never went into friggin', you know, air ambulance. But anyway, at least we can see what happened. Everything else with the flight was great. Landing, arrival, all that jazz was perfect. So I'm happy enough with that. So we'll go back one. We're going to confirm all of this, get paid our $1,500, which is great. And from the aircraft now, I'm unsure how this will behave, but we'll try and fire up an L replay, will we? And see what happens here. So if we scroll back, we could be lucky, lads. We could be lucky.
60 knots.
Yeah, we're looking good here. So we'll probably get... Yeah, it's going to give us the synthetic vision here, which is ideal. So this was our landing. P.S. Miranda, I hope you're well, buddy. Just I gotta say, it's looking well, isn't it, with the scenery? That's all default out the box. Well, sorry, it's using the Sim Heaven stuff. You see that our flaps are set. Everything here is looking very manageable at the moment, isn't it? I think we went too heavy on the nose gear when I hit the beta. That's what I mean. I want to tweak that. But if you're on the vertical stream, you should be able to see now all our instruments, and you'll see the exterior view of the aircraft as well. Like, the approach is fairly good. I dipped in just underneath the glide path. Hermit something, a very good morning to you. Hope you're well, buddy. What's the landing speed of this bird? About 120, 130. So here's our flare. Power coming back. Touchdown. And we're not looking too bad. Not too bad at all. We'll try although the tower view looks a little bit kind of goose, doesn't it? But look at the threshold. Always love this camera angle. This is class. Look at the state of that coming in. And now we look for a touchdown. Slightly off the centre line. It wasn't too bad. Full rudder gone in there to keep it straight, look. Oh, pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we'll run this guy back and we'll get a bit of a view from up here. Oh, yeah, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Look at the state of that. I think with the replay, the rudder, I wasn't giving it all that rudder. But it looks impressive to say the least, doesn't it? Look at the state of that, lads. Rate of descent was quite good. The flare wasn't bad either. I'm happy with that. That wasn't terrible. Not too shabby at all, friends. Not too shabby at all. Hukalea says, Murph, does XPlane use Google Satellite? Not out of the box, no. There's add-ons you can get for it. You gotta look at the wing flex and everything, lads. Isn't that deadly looking, isn't it? The wing flex is insane looking. Touchdown! Deadly, isn't it? Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. Quite enjoyed that. Right, let me see. Let's turn off the replay mode. We're back here on the ramp. And engines are coming offline. At this stage, we're going to open up the aircraft. So we shall say, open the door, get our chocks in place. Fuel truck we won't need for the moment. And it'll be power off all of our systems. Good. And Looking good. And that's our plane. That's our plane. Part with the nose gear hanging out like a pleshk in the front. Isn't it only brilliant? The lads look a bit shagged now, to be honest. But apart from that, you know, I mean, that poor devil, he's seen things. Right. He's seen things. Jesus, we just got ran over. We'll go in and investigate. Was there any damage done to our beloved engines here? Look. No, they look okay. Our glorious PT6As, they look absolutely fine. Negative points in our parking. No, it was like a Photoshop. That's what it was. You know, we just said right. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? So that was our King Air flight with OnAir, an air ambulance mission. First time we've done one of those. And you can definitely see the consequence if you're not flying the thing correctly. It'll just kind of throw you off to one side. So that was loads of fun. So what we're going to do now, lads, we're going to brief our flight for this evening, which is going to be on the VATSIM network. And this is going to be fun. So we're going to load up a new flight, and we're jumping over to the Felis 747. And we're going to be starting over in Indianapolis. So if I load this in, I might start over. Will I? I might start over at the cargo ramp. Even though she's not a cargo aircraft, but we're going to get ourselves shot up over there. Now, time tonight, we're going to be kicking off at 1900 Zulu. So we'll change the time of day to 1900 Zulu. And we'll start this new flight. So as we're waiting here now, we're going to start putting in a couple of bits and bobs. Lost a scaler. We'll actually turn you off for the moment. Unscale, please. It should do the trick. And while we're waiting for that, let's go in and start looking at some information. So let's have a look at VentuSky for this evening. We'll also turn on the VATSIM radar. First rule of VATSIM, right? He doesn't see things. He's holding something that's in his mouth back. All right, so our new flight for this evening, let's go and have a look at it. We will be that of Firefly Air 235. We're going to be departing Kind, and we're heading up to, was it CYUI? Is that right? Let's have a quick look over on our Discord. Naughty Gnome has put all the information in there for us, which is wonderful. So here's our Discord, and we'll come on down here to VATSIM Thursday. Naughty says he may or may not make the flight tonight. Ah, Jesus, we hope you get in, Naughty. We hope you get in. Where is this now? Let's go to VATSIM Thursday. And we want to be looking at, yeah, CYUL. So this is what the story is over here. Open and full view. So it's time to head north to the land of the Mounties, home of maple syrup and ice hockey. We're off to Canada tonight for our next leg. We're going to be flying into Montreal in Quebec. Block time just over 2 hours. Quebec, of course, a vibrant mix of French and Canadian culture. Montreal sits on the island in the St. Lawrence River and looks beautiful year-round, especially in winter. Montreal, Trudeau, formerly Dorval Airport, used to be the busiest airport in Canada. But after the opening of the ill-fated Mirabel Airport in the 1970s, much of its international traffic was diverted. However, Mirabel never took off as planned, and the Trudeau reclaimed its status as Montreal's primary airport. Today, it serves over 20 million passengers annually, and it is a key hub for Air Canada. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, we have some freeware and payware with Inibills looking after the Dominic Design Indianapolis. And when it comes to Montreal for Microsoft Flight Sim, we can have a look at some freeware, or indeed MK Studios did a phenomenal job here as well. Our expected route is going to be via the CRL Derlo. So I'm going to copy this guy in, and well, let's see what we can do here when everything loads up. So CYUL is definitely the ticket. Aircraft type for this one, it's a Boeing 747-200. Let's load this one in and we'll have a look at our routing. So let me see. It's MERS. That looks a little bit different. No, MERS. Well, we'll put in this one. And let's analyze this. Oh, make sure you wave. Absolutely nice. What iPad app is this? I'm using your arrival airport is wrong. Naughty, I don't know what I'd do without you, to be honest. I mean, I've been in a terrible mess. A terrible mess. Right, Bijani then. Bond doesn't look right. Let's put in the old one. and analyze this route. There we go. So that's our routing up over Detroit, Michigan, and then over Toronto, and then down. That's the way we're going to do. You'd end up at the wrong airport, yeah. One job, Murph. Dougal, listen, I had one job. Right, it's grand, 2 hours 5, departing out of runway 05, arrival 06. Yeah, into the car park then as well. Absolutely. So let's generate this flight as we're waiting on XPlane to explain itself. The VATSIM radar, let's go in and have a bit of look. So at the moment, nothing on the ground in Indianapolis. We might have Boston up a little bit later on. CYUL, there's aircraft up there. Let me see. There's a Southwest up there. And we also have ROU. Who's that now, lads? ROU. Don't know that airline. ROU. Rouge. Are they a Canadian carrier? Rouge. We're flying to Rouge. That's a great name, Rouge. So where are we? We're over at Kind, which is here, Indianapolis. Okay, so let's get an idea of the weather. This is going to be important. So we're going to have a look at the temperatures and pressures. So let's see, bring it up to around 8 o'clock this evening, 8 o'clock this evening. So let me see here. Let everything load up because XPlane is doing its stuff. Indianapolis is going to be a very comfortable 28 degrees a little bit later on. And as we ramble up then up into Montreal, it's down to about 16 degrees. So we're dropping about 10 degrees as we come into that northern air pressure. Speaking of air pressure, on the ground, we're looking at, we'll change this into inches of mercury. We're going to be in and around the 30.2, and then we're going into the 30.4, slightly higher pressure where we're flying, which isn't bad. Just waiting on the sim to load up here in the background. We want to check out now the wind as we're flying along. So ground level, Indianapolis, 5 knots coming from the south. Montreal is going to be 3 knots coming from the south. Let's look at the main wind speeds along the way. We're going to have a tailwind. Huzzah! Hurrah! A tailwind and then a crosswind, which should keep it. It'll be a negative tail the whole way. So we'll get our negative wind. So we'll get tailwind the entire way. I don't think we're going up that high, but if we are, it's going to be much the same story. All right. So a tailwind, which is great. If we now have a look at the precip that we're going to be getting a little bit later on, well, things at the moment, well, they're looking fairly okay. There's no rain scheduled, which is great. And then in terms of clouds, yes, it's going to be overcast like a divil. And then when we get up to Montreal, then it's going to open up. It's going to be quite lovely for our arrival. Clear skies, the whole shebang. So that's looking lovely. Our flight plan for this is going to bring us all the way up to flight level 410 for this 2-hour flight. This is going to be great crack in our 747. We're going to be carrying 224 passengers, and our estimated takeoff weight is, blimey, it's 225,000 kilograms. That'll be interesting. So bring this over to one side. Let's rescale the ticket in here. And we just let the 7-4 think about life for the moment. There we go. We unveiled to you today the brand new Firefly Air livery for the 747. Isn't that absolutely friggin' gorgeous looking? So this is our livery for our flight tonight in the big boy. The Queen of the Skies is what we're taking. Massive shout out to Cornwolf. He has been flat out working on this gadget over the last number of days. So we do have our first livery into XPlane and well, none other than the Queen of the Skies. So this is our machine that we're going to be using for this evening. And yeah, it looks pretty, lads, doesn't it? It looks gorgeous. So weather, let's just double check the weather, because I think live time is going to be better. So real world weather, use sim time, not real time. Now XPlane can actually go back and do, 12 months of data. But we shouldn't need that for the moment. So this is all down to configuring the aircraft and making sure that everything's working whilst being on the VATSIM network. So there's a couple of plugins I want to make sure we're not using here. Ideally, we'll be turning off Just Flight's traffic. Yes, we don't need that. And in the meantime, then we're going to go up and fire up our XPilot plugin. So it's an XPlane, Murph. XPilot, go ahead and launch this. Yes. And I'm going to do the same over here on my other PC. We're going to fire up XPilot. And the two of these lads will start talking to one another. So your audio settings are not configured. That's okay. Don't worry about that. We're going to connect over on this side. We are going to be Firefly 235, connect to VATSIM, connected to the voice server. Go ahead and minimize that. And we're now on the VATSIM network. Super duper. So while we're sitting here, we'll go ahead and get some ground vehicles up to our aircraft, and we'll see what the story is. So we're going to disappear the buses, get rid of the fire truck, and the ambulance is not needed. And the rest should be just fine. So in terms of getting used to this aircraft, use text if it happens, says Dougal. Okay, grand. VATSIM still having some issues. That's okay. That's okay. Right, in terms of the aircraft, getting ourselves set up, we'll come on over here to our tablet, and well, let's go in and have a little look here. So ground, we're going to set the chocks, connect the GPU. That's the first thing. We're going to go in and get our payload in. So let me see. People to board. Total number of passengers is 224. Bring this guy up. 224. Cargo to load is 58. That's pounds. Pounds. Can I change this into kilos? That should do it. There we go. 224 kilos is going to be 5588. So let me see. Our total estimated takeoff weight, zero fuel weight, block weight, 287. So we want this down to 225. Zero fuel weight, 1968. 19. Jesus. Why is this so far off?
Hello there.
Well, I haven't done my fuel, I suppose. Let me see. Let's look at fuel. Fuel on board, calculated fuel. So it wants to take 27,327. So pump in total fuel. There we go. So it's going to be 27,327. Now I'm a Muppet, so I'm going to go slightly higher than that. So 27,237. I would say 32. Let's go 33. Call the tanker because we need to drain. So we need to add or drain. So he's on the way there now, right? Lowest speed run I've ever seen. Lego, good to see you, buddy. Let me see. The ride shop welcome in. This is just prepping for our flight tonight. So the fuel guy is doing his stuff. That's all looking grand here. Go back to our payload. So let me see. Block weight at the moment 281. Now this will all change once we put that fuel in. Refuel. Call the tanker to drain this amount. Now we can do this. He's going to be there a while. Cancel that. If we just do fast load, total fuel. Let's go 33.5. 33. Payload 23. Gross weight 231. Still seems a bit heavy, doesn't it? 219 it gave us. So we're bringing it back up to 2. Result in zero fuel weight 197. Estimated zero fuel weight 198. There we go. Board, load, and then the fuel. Right, that all looks good there. So let's see, can we remember how does this machine work? Mother of Janie the buttons. Battery, standby power, up. We'll go ahead and activate the ground services. There's some sounds there now. She's starting to come alive. Lovely job. And what else do we want to do here now? Does anyone know how to fly this? No. Let's have a look up here. So align. Radio Master 1 and 2. We'll do our test for speed. Over rotation. Do our test for stall. That looks good to me. What else do you want to do? Auto brake, leave that alone for the moment. We will have to use the checklist with this as well. You know what I mean? Because this thing is mad. Turn that guy on, turn that guy on. Storm lights off, overhead lights off, runway off. We'll go ahead and turn on our nav and wing lights. Get the logo lights on here as well. And as we move down, let me see, engine cooling, that's okay. That's okay. Emergency lights switch to armed. And they're all aligning at the moment. Ground crew, fasten seatbelts and no smoking. No smoking can go on. Engine start switches, not worried about those for the moment. And window heats, not looking at those at the moment. Lovely. Go ahead and cancel the warnings that we have. And let me see. Flight directors can come online on both sides as we start learning once again how to fly this machine. I'm a total chicken. I won't be using the INS, lads. We're going with an FMC. RGB, right? And let's come down here. We're going to go into our status page. Let me see. Active is September to October. Oh wait, are we getting a nav update today, lads? Captain Gaiman, good to see you. Fearless on XPlane. Yeah, this is the Fearless one. Funny looking King Air. Scroll back, we were in the King Air. This is now in the Fearless 7.4. We're just doing our briefing for this evening. So we're going to be getting new Air Act data later on today. So just a reminder to make sure you update that when Navigraph release it. So the database is fine. Database, no, that's all fine. So we're going to go into our route menu, company route list. Now, let's have a look. This is going to do it from saved flights. I don't think I can pull this in from Navigraph, I don't think, or from SimBrief. I could be wrong now. Avitab load, refuel, INS, quick align, open flight plan. So where are there is a way in which we can do this. Now we can put it in manually either. It's no harm doing it manually. These are saved possibly to the aircraft folder, I would say. Let's have a look in here. Does the Fearless have its own output? Black box nav data saves. Oh, they're auto saves. Plugins? Wonder where it's getting its data from. We can export it from SimBrief. Yes, you can use a SimBrief downloader. It's not terribly important. We can put it in ourselves. You know. So let's see. Route menu or status. Route menu, company route list or index. So we'll just put it in ourselves. So let me see. Flight plan, our origin. So we're going to be going from, let me see, KIND. KIND. And our destination is going to be that of CYUL, isn't it? Yeah. CYUL. Let me see, and we'll start putting in the rest of the information here. So our routing is going to be MZZ, ZZ. We're going to go there. This guy is low as well. We can open up this guy. What else do you want to do? So MZZ, flight number is going to be Firefly 235. Horseshoe in there. Next page, MZZ is going to be direct C or L. C or L. Carlton. Or Creel. Do. Let us double check this one, friends. Carlton. That's you. After CRL, it's going to be direct Derlo, D-E. Thank you. It's going to be D-E or L-O. After Derlo, Sikbo, S-I-K-B-O. After Sikbo, it's going to be Sannon, S-A-N-I-N. After Sannon, direct Miglo, M-I-G-L-O. After Miglo, it's Habs 7. Right, okay, let's execute that. Let me see, active flight plan is cool. Let me see, we're going to go to our departure and arrival. Departing out of Indianapolis is going to be on runway 05 left. And we're going to be planning the Mears 7 departure. Transition will be Ms. And let's execute that. And we'll come back into our arrival then. Our arrival then, we're planning an ILS 06 left. And that's coming in on the Habs 7 arrival via Miglo transition. Execute. Let's look at our flight plan. Do we have any discos? Missed approach. Okay, so that's the bare bones have got in. Scarbo says the FMC is default XPlane, so it uses XPlane data. Well, the nav data is coming in through XPlane, also through Navigraph. You just need to make sure you update your XPlane through the Navigraph FMS data manager, which is here. So the XPlane information is actually reading it from Navigraph. Now, these are all looking for an update, but that's how you do it. You can do the same then when it comes to your GNSs and so on and so forth. So XPlane is actually getting the proper AirAct data. Right, so that looks good there. Climb, cruise, descend. So flight plan, climb. These are all our target speeds and all the jazz. Cruise altitude, we're going to say, is flight level 410 or 41,000 feet. That looks good to me. Let me see now. Nav, radios, that's where we can set all our frequencies later on. Direct 2 is going to work. And then we have the legs page. So I'm happy enough we can configure the aircraft, which is great news. At this stage, let us have a look now in terms of powering up the airplane. And this is where I'm going to get absolutely caught out rapidly. But we'll have a look. APU power, we're going to go ahead and put some power into it. So we'll go start a button. APU door is open. And we will fire it up. APU is coming on board. Galley power, because we're on the ground, that'll work. Coming on down over here. Let's go up the road here a bit, Murph. Gens, leave them off for the moment. Everything here is looking good. Get some lights on so we can see what we're actually doing. And then we have our fuel booster pumps. So these guys are going to need to come on. So across the county, overhead pumps. I've nothing in that wing, so we'll keep horsing these guys on. Fuel heat, we're going to set these guys to auto. What else do we need to look at here then? When the APU comes up, we'll be transferring the power off. I can also see some name tags here for our X-Pilot client. There is an aircraft on XPlane. Firefly 332 is on the ground. What are we using for a frequency here? Malky, that is highly, highly possible. What are we using for frequencies here? Is it 1228? Uh, 120. Thank you, Dougal. 1209. Let's see if the buttons work. Indianapolis ground. Firefly 235 radio check.
555, sir.
Thanks very much. Am I shocking loud or am I my usual self? You know, lovely, calm and quiet. Brilliant.
No, that's good.
Lovely. Cheers, Dougal. All right, parking brake is on. Let's go back to here. So we're going to say APU is now up and running. We're going to open up the bleed air. We're going to open... The squib is okay. This is all working fine. We're going to open the APU gens. So they come on. That comes on. They come on. That comes on. Close that. Close that. Wait now. That looks right to me, doesn't it? Let me see. Bus ties are all okay. These guys look all okay. Don't need the chiller open. Pack controls are all set to auto. We can go ahead and get some fans on. Now, let's check. This is where the buttons get confusing on this. In terms of generators, no. APU. There is power on our APU. External power is still connected, but we're no longer using that. So our APU is indeed up. External power, we've now turned it off. Bleed air is open. I should be hearing sounds. Packs. The Gasler fan will probably hear it. Or the Gasper. Yeah, we can hear that. Okay, so that's all working fine. Isolation valves. Open, 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 and open. Supplementary fans are on. Okay, so they're all working fine. Oh yeah, all good.
Good tube, yeah. Just one little shot.
Right, let me see. Hydraulic pumps, auto. What else do you want to do? Test all this gadget. They're all working fine. Record. Lamp test. Anti-skid. Potable water. Right, that looks good to me. Go ahead, test. 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 Read. And reset. Okay, so we should be able to disconnect the ground power then. Would that make sense? Let's find out together, lads. Disconnect the GPU.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Just a sim pilot, African pilot ninja. Welcome in, buddy. Donology,
Ground
no.
power
My dad, he's going
disconnected.
down to the shops. He says, I'm just going down to the shops. Do you want some shots? Yeah, let's go, Hatchet. Right, ground power is now disconnected, so I'm happy enough with that. Aircraft in its current... Look at the state of that, look. Okay, so I'm happy that we're connected to the network and everything's working there. I'm going to disconnect now from the network just for the moment. Disconnect over here. Beep. That's grand, because what I want to do is power up this machine and see, do we know actually how to fly the devil, right? Altitude select, we'll have to have a look at the routing. It could be by the the SID. So let's go in and have a look. So we're going to be on the Mears 7 departure. So let's have a quick look at this. So 05 Brickyard, that's okay, that's okay. So our departure is going out to where exactly? Where's our waypoint? It's out to Miz. So when we take off, we had to intercept that. Would that be right? So it's going to be Mears, isn't that it? And then it's going to be out this way. So our initial departure is going to be this on Mears. Okay, so that's going to be 11 miles out and a heading of 013 degrees. Indianapolis International, runway 5. That's all grand. SID requires takeoff minimums. Indianapolis Executive, Indianapolis International, standard or lower. That's okay. We're in a 7-4. We shouldn't have this. Expect radar vectors to join to Mears. So we'll probably get radar vectors if we have ATC. If we don't have ATC, we're going to fly that directly ourselves. That's all tickety-boo. We're planning for runway 05. That's all tickety-boo. So 05 left. It's over the far side of the parish. So our taxi is going to be a huge taxi. Huge taxi. Yeah, big Agent Murphy. You planned this one well. Right. Let's see what happens here. So refill APU. No. Let's go to our checklists. Let's do the before start pilots. And let's go for this.
Before start checklist, please.
Let's horse it through.
Gear lever and lights.
PS Miranda, yes
Down and
indeed.
check. Brakes. Parked. Start levers. Off. Radios.
They're all okay.
On and check.
What's the weather?
Flight control hydraulic power.
refund?
No refunds.
On. INS. Damn.
I need to do the INS. Let me see. What's the altimeter? It is 3026. 3026. Let's have a look here. 3026. 3026. I imagine it's done across for me. 3026, which it is. And put your lads into nav, please.
Check in nav.
Right.
Compasses.
Should be able to use
Slave.
5 left or 5 right if we're going to the north.
Window heat.
Perfect. Window heat. On.
On. Seatbelts and no smoking. Hold on. On. Emergency lights.
Armed.
Armed. Exterior lights. Check. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Check. Altimeters and clocks.
Checked.
1, 0, 2, 5. Set and cross check. Radio INS switches. Radio. Radar and transponder. Hold on.
Transponder. I suppose we can do something kind of makey uppy.
Hello
Let's
there.
just put in 2000 for the crack. Am I forgetting anything?
TCAS system test OK.
Have 2000. It's on. And it's on. Wasn't it like in here? Monkey, good to see you. Radar and transponder. Oh wait, radar. What's the radar on as well? Hang on now, lads. Oh, I never turned on the shagging computer either. Look, what a muppet. EPR mode. Radar.
Stand by. Hold on.
Stand by.
Indicator lights. Check.
All right.
Engine and wing anti-ice. Off. Stall warning. Check. Mach airspeed warning. Check. Auto brakes. Check and off. Body gear steering. Arm. Anti-skid.
On.
On. Autopilot and flight director. Hold on.
Flight director's on. Autopilot not set. So what do you want for this one? What are you looking for there now? Autopilot and flight director, check and off.
Check and off. Takeoff warning.
I always forget this one. Take off warning. Take off warning. If I was a takeoff warning, where would I go? Take off warning. Where did we do that one, lads? Take off warning. What was this shagging thing again? Take off warning. Instrument warning. Ground speed warning. What was the takeoff warning? Hang on. Don't panic. We'll find it. Stab trim brake release. APL. We'll do that later. What else do we want to do? Take off warning. Is it push the throttles forward? Oh, good man! Good man yourself, naughty gnome!
Check. Auto flight enunciators.
He's a genius.
Check. GPWS. Hold on.
Ground proximity. Where's the friggin' button for that? GPWS. There's a way we can inhibit that as well, isn't there? GPWS. Where are you living? GPWS. Jesus. Speed. That's not it. Ground proximity warning. Huh. It means you have the flap set. Set takeoff power. FD heading to runway heading. Pitch bar initial to calculated takeoff power. Wait now. Flight director heading to runway heading and pitch bar to initial pitch as calculated in the takeoff performance. Cool. Where's me ground proximity warning?
Good, buddy.
It's in here somewhere, lads. That's
Check.
Pull up.
Instrument warning.
Did that.
Check.
Did all of them.
Flight director computer selectors.
Steve, thanks very much.
Check. Instrument source selectors. Normal. Reserve brake valve. Damn. Closed. Spoilers. Down. Static selectors. Normal. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off.
Check. Continue after we get hydraulic pressure. Brake pressure. Stabilizer. Rudder trim. Okay, so let me see. This is going to be before start.
Battery on. APU panel. Check. Auxiliary power. Check. Engine oil quantity.
Check.
Check. Fuel quantity.
Checked.
32914 kilograms. Fuel panel. Check and set. Pressurization controls. Check and set. Bleed controls. This.
Lead controls.
Check and set. Hydraulic quantity.
Checked.
Check. EPR computer.
Go around.
Go around. Circuit breakers.
Checked.
Check. Indicator lights.
Good.
Check. Electrical panel. Check and set. Air conditioning controls. Check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set. Equipment cooling. Check. Passenger oxygen. Check. Hydraulic panel. Wait.
He's not happy about that.
Check and set. Fuel jettison panel. Check. Crew oxygen. On. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off.
Next. ADP's offed. Okay, this is after start. Right. This is all going to get very interesting now. Give us a push. No, give us a push. Balls, how do I do that again? Okay. Should just push us back to there, we'll say. Although we want to taxi out that way. We're going down to the 05s. We'll go off 05 right, as Dougal said. It shouldn't really matter, should it? I mean, they'll only give out to us once.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Clear that. Departure and arrival. Departure 05 right. And it's the mirrors and it's to that. Right. Legs. Grand. So there's vectors after we take off. That's absolutely fine. So plugins, we're going to say better pushback. We're going to say start the pushback.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And we're going to drive away all the guys. They're all getting ready to leave. All our doors at this stage should be closed. Isn't it some machine this, isn't it? There's nothing to fear here, lads, except for absolutely everything. Yes. I just want to remember I know how to start up the plane, otherwise it'd be a long night, wouldn't it? Do you know? Right, how are we looking? The altimeter's done, that's grand, that's grand. None of these are nice. Anti-skid, hydraulics, it's given out about everything there, but that's okay for the moment. Before engine start and after start, so we're going to be going for the engine startup. Do I not need hydraulics on for that? Almost certain I do.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Right, let's see what happens. Let us see what happens, friends. Such an scare bus, dude. This is awesome. This is some machine, lads. Terrifying, but awesome. Do you know? So here comes our tug machine. These lads all need to shag off now. I left the chocks in, Murph.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks. Chocks removed.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Why does it say power's off on that? We'll find out. Brakes!
Parking brake released.
Let's see what happens.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Right. Now. Eugenie. Ooh. Ignition, starter valve.
Ready to start the engines.
Let's go with number 3 on system 1.
Ready for engine start.
No.
Starting engine 3. Starting engine 3.
Will that work? Yeah, I didn't hold down enough. Start number 3, please.
Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open.
Right. Let's see what happens here, sports fans. 10%. Over 20%.
20% and 2.
Fuel on.
Number 3 coming on. Oh, look at the state! Look at the state! Beautiful. Now, wasn't there something terribly important? If I don't do this right, it'll break all of the thing.
Starting engine 4.
Startervalve open.
As in, whatever way I did it, I think it blew out the entire aircraft. We'll see what happens, right? Right, 4's coming up. 20%
and 2.
Fuel on.
Fuel coming in.
Jesus.
Light up.
I'm almost certain if I do this wrong, I'll kill it. I'm almost certain of it, right? Let's see what happens. Right, that's number 4.
Starter off.
Starting engine 1.
Startervalve open.
Startervalve open. Great old Dutch accent, isn't it?
Engine stabilized.
Thanks very much. Wait for 20%.
20% and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Fuel coming in. She's coming alive. There's no control E with this one. Jesus, look at the size of it though. Nothing to fear here at all. Right, engine 2.
Starting engine 2.
Startervalve open.
There's 10%. The voice from Captain
Operation
Jacob.
complete.
Van
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Connecting tow. Stand by.
Fuel on.
There you go.
Light up.
Okay, start. After start?
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
Start switches.
Damn. Off.
Starter off.
Flaps 10.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Engine stabilized. Start levers.
Idle detent.
Engine and the ice.
Off.
Electrical panel. Wait.
Right, so this is where the crack needs to happen now for the owl electrics. Because I've
Tow
stuck.
is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
So, I think I need to trip these, isn't it? Let's have a look. So, generators are live. Is this right? So generators are running. APU generators should now be off, right? Auxiliary power should be off. APU air off. Electrical panel. He's not happy about that at the moment. Pack's on, but we turn that off when we go to take off. APU is powering down. What aren't you liking on the electrical panel? Let's have a look. Packs are all okay.
Check. Pack valves. Open. Dual warning lights.
Okay.
Out. Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder.
On.
On. After start checklist completed.
Sweet. Taxi. Flaps. Set to 10.
Taxi checklist, please.
Flaps. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Takeoff data. EPR and airspeed bugs.
So the EPR is okay. How do we get the airspeed bugs in again? Wasn't there like a click for that? There we go. EPR and speed bugs, right? Now, what else does this want us to do? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. He's okay. He's okay. Speed bugs are in. Takeoff data, EPR, and AS buttons. Anti-skid. Anti-skid is on. Isn't it? Use the EFB to set the bugs. Can you? Speed bugs configuration. Set. EPR to take off on the pedestal.
Set and cross-check.
Ah,
Stabilizer trim.
Set in green band.
Probe heat.
on,
On.
Flight controls.
free,
Hold on. Check.
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Seatbelt and shoulder harness.
Check.
APU.
off.
Off. Fuel heat. Wait.
Fuel heaters, off for takeoff. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Off. Totalizer and gross weight.
Set.
Set. Flight engineer and pilot panels.
Check.
Check. Aft cargo heat. Let's see.
Aft cargo heat. Aft cargo heat. Aft cargo heat.
Normal. Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Taxi checklist completed.
Excellent. Before takeoff, icing, transponder, ignition, pack valves, pressurization, fuel boost. Right. Okay. Let's see what we're doing
Parking
here.
brake released.
It says brake overheat. Why would the brakes be overheating? That's interesting. Ooh, something doesn't feel right.
Stabilized.
Ooh, something not right. I've no rudder control. Tonight will be interesting. Yeah. I have a problem here, Houston. How do we not have... I've no rudder control. Don't all panic together. Anti-skid is doing what I should be doing, right? Parking brake is off. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. What are we forgetting here, lads?
Can I get a refund?
There's no refunds. You can shag right off. Anti-skid is on. Body gear steering should be in taxi. Yeah? And then on our panel, it should be on... No movements. Steering can have separate axes. Yeah, but that's strange. Why isn't she, Why isn't she turning?
studies, you know. 60% of the time.
I fixed it. It's all right.
Every time.
Right. We need to go right here. Oh, Jesus, we're miles over. Say nothing, lads. There's nothing to worry about at all. Yes. The turn, Jesus. The turning action of a Muppet. Now we're trashing. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Nothing to worry about. This is going to be absolutely grand. Brake temperatures, yeah, they're shocking high. They're overheating. How do we fix them? Oh wait, hang on, it was a test. Never mind, all is well in the realm. Right. Imagine my fear when someone that can't be trusted with modern technology starts using even more complicated ancient technology. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, where are we going? We're going to try, yeah. Ooh. Wait now, hide that for a minute. So we're going to taxi down to the bottom here now, you know, and then we'll look it in at our, you know, missed approaches and stuff. This is going to be hilarious. Easy now. That's us. We're in control of this machine. Jesus. Debatable. Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah. Are we in control though? Listen, I'm at the control. How's that? Is that better? Yes, Murphy, that's better, you big idiot. Oh Jesus, hang on. Easy now. Easy now, Jemima. Yes. The size of the thing and I'm in charge of it. Brilliant. If me school teachers could see me now, look. Stephen, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Man, look at the state of it, though. Jesus. Flight and VATSIM in America, Murph. Sure, what's the worst that could happen, you know? I commend you on your bravery. Can I get off the plane now? Right? Silly question. Are those the front of the wings the same as the flaps? Yeah, they're called slats on the front and flaps on the back. So they're, the leading edge they're called slats and the trailing edge they're called flaps. Oh, jeez. Do you know, isn't that just right though? I hope there won't be any emphasis on the word fire later. Listen, listen. It's going to be absolutely grand with nothing to worry about at all. Light them all up here now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, I need to be able to... Oh, Jesus. I need to be able to fly this without buttons, so... Let's see what happens here, friends. I do miss me out Rax machine. Or RAS. CB, or C Bandit, thank you very much, dude. Very kind of you. Don't worry, if you've learned something, it's probably wrong. Right. Oh. Now, right. I mean, starting the machine. Big Al, good to see you, buddy. Starting the machine is one thing, but actually getting to take off. Right. Before takeoff, please. Jesus. Before takeoff.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
Right, sit tight there now, you beauty.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Hold on.
I'm in ages, I forgot to turn it on. What is on? I turned it on.
TCAS system test OK.
Stupid thing. I can't change the mode. Turn it on again.
Check.
Ta-ra!
Ignition.
Flight start.
Body gear steering.
Disarm.
Back valves. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
Pack valves. Closed.
Closed. Wait. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On.
Yes.
Cross feed valves.
Off.
Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're doing the thing. Right. We're going to take off. Yeah, and then we're going to end up in a mess somewhere. Right. That's my heading. Oh, heck yeah. And then it's out to the left-hand side. Right. Are we ready? This is going to be brilliant. Power coming in. Engine stable. Toga!
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
Jesus, look at this! Right, concentrate, you big idiot.
Cross set.
Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Rotating at about 140, look. On you, devil you.
V1. Rotate.
Yup, you devil you. Oh, yeah. Positive rate. Gear up.
Gear up.
Easy. Easy.
Flaps 5.
Decent climb.
Gears up.
Heading. Heading. Yes, autopilot. V-speed. Now we want to do a direct to there. Execute. Nav. Think now, Murphy. Think. Legs. Present position. We want to go direct to mirrors. Execute. Think now, Murph. Think. Why isn't that working? Get in there, you big idiot. Remember, Murph, it's 2 clicks. Yes, well done. 2 clicks, Murphy. Yes.
Flaps 1.
Get the speed up there now, Jemima. VOR direct mirrors. Nav is in. We should be down on the left hand a bit more, I think.
1,000 level off.
Why didn't it go direct mirrors? Right, direct. Jesus. Up the hill. Easy now. Right, heading and then via war. Is it INS we go to? Yes, INS. Right, I never set me freaking cabin altitude. Where did we do that? If I was at cabin altitude, put back on the packs are okay. If I was cabin altitude, where would I put it? Interesting. Flaps in.
Flaps up.
It's not going wrong at all. This is grand, look. So it needs to go to INS. Right, I've learned that one. What's the speed looking like? 230, up the hill. Let's call it 250. We're climbing at 2,000 feet a minute. All is well in the realm. Gear off. Flaps are up. Altitude select is in. We are on speed mode, so that's working. That's working. Not the rotary. Huh? Cabin altitude just above your fuel.
10,000.
Lights off. We have one at simulated horror. Just above the fuel. Aha. Excellent. Auto. Increase that. There she be now, look. Brilliant. Wait, now, I should really leave that on auto. Shouldn't I? Yes. Yeah, leave it on auto. Okay, 12,000. We're doing okay. Next waypoint, we're still going to mirrors. Oh no, balls, you're supposed to go to the next waypoint now, you muppet. Why aren't you following along? Wait till you hear it now later on. Firefly 235, where are you going? You'll never guess where I'm going. Jesus, that's loud. Oh, brilliant! Listen, the fact that we've gotten this far and there hasn't been any sort of, you know, Murphy be removed from the controls, jump out of the thing, I'd say it's a win-win. It is a behemoth of glory and amazement, and our speed is still looking mighty. So let me see, 250, well, let us see, can we get up the hill now? We can. So, speed, IAS, V-speed. Up the hill there now, Jeremiah. We're on our way. Look at the stage of it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Cornwolf, you made a thing. Where are we going? Mother of God. What are you doing? Where are you flying? Oh, yeah, it's heading to Bratton. Now, where will it take us the next one after that? Why isn't this auto-following? This is going to be an issue. Auto. Right. Mz. We're heading to Mz. Therefore, we should roll out here now and fix our heading, and all is going to be terribly well in the realm. There will be nothing to worry about at all, whatsoever, about anything. Your IAS climb speed is also listed in the EFB performance calculations. Is it? Is it? We're good. We're good. Checklists before takeoff, after takeoff. Oh no, go back one, you muppet.
After takeoff checklist.
Optimum climb 307.
Off. Landing and logo lights.
Hold on. Off.
Ignition.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
Check.
Back valves. Let's see.
Now, what did I want? Me pack valves. They're open.
Open.
Now they're
Fuel
open.
heat.
Fuel heat.
This.
If I was a fuel heater, auto.
Auto. After takeoff checklist completed.
We are winning at the thing with the yoke. Great news. You know, now we've decided that this is going to, like, you know. Why can't I sink this puppy? And more importantly, why can't I see the shagging thing? Why can't I see the heading indicator or the heading bug? Because it's on INS, Murphy. Okay. Huh. You have to click on Get from Sim to set the actual takeoff weights, weather, and flap settings. Oh, do you?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, we should be in climb mode as well. There she be. INS, what's that? Internal or inertial navigation system? I never changed me barrow either. There'll be many lessons learned on this one. 2992. Get in there, you devil, you. Yes. And yes. Rip Johnny, good to see you. We're doing well. Now don't worry, lads, I'm not flying the whole second. This is purely getting used to it. Look at the state of this. Have you ever in all your life? It's only friggin' gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, just look at it as right, you know. Can you switch between the modern FMS and or the INS? Yes. Yeah, I'm a chicken. I'm not going INS yet now. I have to learn more on that, you know. It's grand, lads. It's grand. It's very pretty, isn't it? Isn't it gorgeous? You're up the hill. We're going to get some contrails here now in a moment as well. What a machine. What a machine. What are we doing? Yep, you devil it. 26,000 feet. There she blows. How's it all looking and sounding in here? I think pretty good. Descent approach. Oh shit. Right, you know, this is going to be absolutely hilarious. But we'll eventually get up to the cruise and then it'll be either direct to or, you know what I mean? Let's actually test that. Let's say, for example, we got a direct to another waypoint. Direct to Deerlow. Okay, direct, Deerlow, execute. Yeah, she works. Right, I'm somewhat happy that I know how not to make the biggest complete utter idiot of myself. Right, so while we're flying this one, well, let's go up and have a look at what if things go wrong up the road here. So we're expecting a landing into Montreal on 06 left. So let's see, if we go in and look at the now approach, let's go for the ILS, which will be final. ILS, add that. So let's go in and have a look at our ILS approach. So it's from Zulta, right? From Zulta, Burpo, and then the left-hand side. Missed approach, climb to 700 feet on a heading of 057. Then climbing left, turn to 3,000 feet, heading on 355. Intercept the Yule VOR on the radial 115 inbound and hold. So, the Habs 7 Ornav, Miglo, Ivgood, RV, Habs, and then it's into Zulta. Okay. And then parking, well, it won't be general aviation, so we'll all be coming back down the road around here. Okay. Roy, I don't use X camera now. This is all just me native controls. It does look very pretty, doesn't it? Yes. It's great to see it in the colours though, isn't it? It is absolutely fantastic that we have her now in the Firefly Air colours. Cornwolf did a phenomenal job at this, didn't he? Phenomenal. She's running okay as well. Imagine her flying the Challenger in XPlane. I've flown the Challenger a few times. I'll take the Challenger on a blast on one of these as well. Massive learning curve, but we got there, Murph. Ah, no, dude, it looked brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There's so much to consider when we're flying. Like, I mean, like, who did the buttons in this thing? You know what I mean? Our FPS is shocking low. Now, I am using the other gadget. The, whatchamacallit? Lossless scaling. You know. Don't forget that this thing is flown by 3 people. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, the lossless scaling stuff, so like it is making things look nice. Like the sim is only natively getting about 20 to 30 frames. Now I know this smooth something, isn't there like a new setting on the NVIDIA app? I don't bother with the NVIDIA app, but I know it's there. But look, I mean, look, it's flying. It looks fairly smooth. It looks pretty smooth. And the movement and stuff on the ground of terrain, there's no stutters or that, so yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. You should definitely try it. If it's not your thing, remove it. Yeah, I might, I'll probably do some science over the weekend. Like, there are certain things, you know, go into your plugins and find out what's actually going on, right? So, what's eating up my performance? Yeah, like, there's things running in the background, you know? Elevatex, haven't used that in friggin' ages. Like, you can turn off a whole host of stuff if you wanted to. Yeah, 30 odd frames natively, you know. The performance issues are due to the SASL plugin used by the plane, which is still not optimized by its author, says the slick one. Interesting. Enzi, how are you, bud? Quick question on the B-17. Did you have engine damage off? So, Enzi, they haven't modeled the engine damage yet. If you noticed, for most of what I was flying yesterday, that was on full power. So it's not yet built into the aircraft, but I know they're adding it, you know. Since that smoothing option, I don't use loss of scaling anymore. Like, I mean, I don't mind loss of scaling. It does its job. It throws up a couple of weird artifacts and that, but like, by and large, it works, right? What's my airspeed now? We're down to about 200 and we're nearly at our cruise altitude. Keep the speed up, but I'm going to have to just reduce our rate of climb here. I'll need to watch that. IAS, or we can go Mach hold as well. Right, okay. I need to figure out all this stuff a little bit later on. But in terms of getting the aircraft up airborne and moving, bar our initial takeoff, it was making sure she goes to INS. I'd recommend X Reloaded plugin. You can reload plugins, aircraft sceneries on the fly. Ooh. X Reloaded. Interesting. I must, Jeez, the speed is still dropping back. Easy now. Once you get to 0.76, you can switch to Mach climb mode. Or can you? 1,000 to go. She's barely getting this. And we're on full blast. So it's right on the limit of what this aircraft can do with the altitude. Keep her there. We're nearly there. Climb. And then we'll stick it into cruise. Altitude alert. Couple 100 feet to go. 410 is a big ask, so early in the flight, yeah. Yeah, it is. Like, our ground speed has dropped off the face of the earth here now. It doesn't want to be up this high. So that's, again, reason for what we're doing tonight. We'll probably drop it down. I'd say the mile high will be enough. 370 is probably going to be more than enough for this flight, I think. We can do step climbs later on, but yeah. Managed to get AMD's new FSR 4 installed and working. Oh, good man. Nice. On the pedestal. Yeah, I'll wait till we hit our target altitude, and then we get into cruise mode. We can horse it up the road again. So, like, the aircraft, even in SASL, it's using about 10 frames or whatever. Like, it's not bad, like. But yeah, it probably needs a little bit of work for sure. The cool looking airplane though. You reckon we'll stall it? 180? We got 200 feet to go. The sim is hanging on me a bit. Why is that moving? There, she's leveling off. How do we change that into old money? As in the Mac number. Because it's still dropping speed. EGT is dropping. Speed is still dropping. Jesus. EPR, give us all the bells and whistles you have there, Chief. Try 390. On the pedestal, you have to be in Mac climb mode. There's the stall. And she's regaining now. Jesus. Right, I'll need to watch that. Again, I think 410 is probably too high for this. It's still stalling, look. Interesting. We'll go 370. Drop her down to something a little bit safer. Probably too heavy. Yeah. There's a chart for altitude versus gross weight on the engineer's panel. Aha. What's your gross weight? Yeah, probably too much. I'm not... Oh, don't crash. So we're getting... This is interesting to see performance. 20 to 30 FPS. So it's not liking something here. What's trying to... It's very all over the shop. Like it's jumping up as high as... Turn off the scale for the moment. Oh, welcome back to what things used to be with a low frame rate. Jesus. So 33 on the owl FPS. I mean, it's grand and smooth and all, but... That's normal FPS, unfortunately. Do you reckon with this machine, yeah? Wonder is there anything else taking it up? What's this open weather by Sasso? Usually it'll tell you the cost of everything. Do you know? It's the weather radar plugin uses it. So I'm not really using the weather radar. Now will that crash it if I break it? Probably. Yeah, by your left knee is the weather radar. Yeah. But I don't know where it's getting its data from. Turn them off for a minute. I wonder, is that giving me the issue? It's kind of stabilized back at 30 FPS. I wonder, are they the issue? Turn it back on. Down to 20 FPS. Doesn't really do much. Alright. At least she's working anyway. Why is she gone up to 42,000 feet? Thing's a bit drunk, is it? Very strange. exactly. I'll nose down there now, Jeremiah, and we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see tonight now, you know, the best way she'll work out. 410, not a good idea. And then we'll check on performance as well. Like 30 FPS with a friggin' 5090. But again, I'm not using that smooth motion thingy. I know that smooth motion, that like doubles your frames, I think, doesn't it? Or triples your frames. I think it really does bring it up the road. But yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I have an idea, at least, of what we're going to do later on with this machine. It's only a matter of staying on top of it and don't make any stupid mistakes. And just be careful then if ATC throws us something mad. You know what I mean? 390 will probably do as well. Am I CPU or GPU limited? It's software based frame gen. Yeah. It doesn't actually say. Type, but these are my scaling settings here with loss of scaling. So type 3.1, mode adaptive, target is that, flow scale, performance, a faster version which is better suited for less powerful GPUs, slightly worse quality. So I don't actually know. You can force... Can you force 4 times for XPlane in the NVIDIA settings? No, XPlane natively doesn't have frame gen. That's the problem, you know? So I would say the issue here... let me see, data output. The issue here is frames. Frame time. So the issue up here is CPU is 0.3 CPU. It's under pressure on the CPU. You know. So these are CPU issues in XPlane. Sunjammer, take it fierce handy, bud. So it's taken 0.349 seconds per CPU frame versus 0.016 on the GPU. Now there's ways in which we can alleviate all those pressures. Like, I mean, if you want a bit of life back into your CPU, it tends to be the stuff over on the right hand side. Render distance, like all this stuff, world objects, cloud quality, enable effect. I'd leave it. I'm not too worried with it. Other things running in the background. There's an overspeed. Watch your speed there, Jemima. So she's going to hold at 37,000. That's keeping everything else back to where it wants. We're in cruise, in Mac, and that'll keep everything now tickety-boo. There's other things in the background. For example, this auto FPS gadget. I suspect this lad needs a special rule. So if we were to go into graphics, and if we were to go into auto, add a desktop app. Where does this guy live? Let's have a look. Users, Murph, application data, local. He's probably in programs, I'd say, is he? Programs? Lossless scaling. No. Auto ortho. There you go. Auto ortho. GPU preference. High performance. Optimized for window games. No. Let's see here now. Is there settings in here? Advanced. Auto cache. Auto zoom. Sessions or seasons. That's all okay. Scenery settings. Don't clean up downloads. Yeah, that's all normal. Global fetch threads 32. Seasons are enabled. I could disable those. Compressor. It's still on the CPU. It's the aircraft. To be fair, I'd imagine it's the aircraft. But it's grand, like, I mean, look, we're still getting, it's still smooth. So I think we're going to be okay, lads. I think we're absolutely laughing. We're in a good position. We're almost over Detroit here now. We're right in the limit of our speed. She doesn't like it. Like, what? The computer is slow, so hang on. I wonder. Yeah, the computer's under savage pressure. So what's up? What's using up all me juice here? %64%. Auto for X. So auto is using up a ton of this. XPlane is using 30%. Do I have XPlane running at full tilt as well, actually? I imagine I do, but maybe I don't. Auto throttle is off. Oh, it is too. Good man, naughty gnome. Let's have a look at XPlane. Prefer maximum performance. Threaded optimization. Don't think I need that for XPlane. Anti-aliasing. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see, like, you won't see any changes probably straight into it. Jesus, that's a savage view, look, isn't it? Look at the detail down there, look. That's Detroit. You can see like they model the cars from this altitude, look. That's absolutely nuts, isn't it? And like, if you're to make this nighttime, like, Jesus, look at that. A second. That's very dark. Yeah, it's like just something in here that's a little bit kind of wishy-washy. Whatever's loading in. Auto throttle's off. That was killing the FPS, I suggest. Yeah, let's blame the auto throttle. 100%. Let's see. CPU 03. GPU is doing no work at all. So it's all on the CPU. Wonder how do you increase performance on your CPU for an application? I wonder. Like, I can get into car parking and all this jazz, but like, I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. CPU has dropped down a little. Yeah, it's up and down. It's up and down, lads. Oh no, the fact that we were drawing buildings at the altitude. Yeah, like there's an interest in LOD with this for sure. Look at that though, Jesus. Now, do you know what's interesting? At what stage is our top of drop? Sannon. Derlo. Did that update? It did. So our top of drop is going to be at Miglo. Okay. Jesus, we've miles left to go. It could be the case that it's loading in new scenery files as well, you know? Navigraph and light mode. Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. Sorry, Dougal. We didn't even realise what we were doing. It was all terrible. English plane spotter. Good to see you, buddy. You're very welcome aboard. Yeah, I need to figure out. I'll see, can I squeeze an extra few FPS out of the out of our CPU. There's nothing here that's kind of shouting at me. It just seems a little bit low, though, doesn't it? Just seems a little bit low. Turn off them anyway. I wonder, is there something specific to the CPU I need to be looking at? But it's grand. Like, I mean, it's butterly smooth. Since when did this plane have an FMC? It always had the default FMC. I mean, you can fly it with an INS. I'm too chicken for that. Yeah, look, that's a big pause now that happened there. So, what's causing that? Not running that heavy. I reckon it's auto ortho. I reckon it's auto ortho. Now process lasso into this for a minute. That's where she's peaking, right? Active processes. So, I mean, all our cores are running, right? And what are we using actually? Pro balance. So, no, hang on. We want to be in performance mode. Right, give that a second now to think about life. We want to be in or pro balance mode. We want to be in performance mode. Let's have a look. Pro balance. It's some high performance, right? So active. How do we do this now? Loss of scaling is fine, so it's more the auto. Or why is there two of them running? Why is there two instances of auto ortho? Interesting. Auto ortho. So this one says below normal. Always. Normal. Right? There's two of them though. CPU affinity. Right, so you're talking on everyone. Let's go above normal with Meow Auto Ortho, right? We'll give it a little bit more stink to see what happens. Let's see if this is on Auto Ortho or is it Ortho Auto? Tell you. On which disk have you got this installed? Check the activity on the disk. It's on the C drive, I think. Yeah, it's on the C drive. Let's have a look. D. Very little. Very, very little. The sceneries work the same way with XPlane. Yeah, pretty much. You kind of have like just folders you pop them into. I'll give it a few moments and let's just see what happens. It seems to be kind of calming itself down. Like the processors, like they're getting full use here. Like what XPlane should be on like top drawer stuff as well, shouldn't it? XPlane should be on like, you know, the mother of all performance. Why can't I see XPlane? That's interesting. Why isn't XPlane on this list? Or maybe it is at the very, very top, is it? Oh look, it's all glitched out. Stupid thing. There you go. XPlane. So, oh, hang on now. Hi. high, high, normal, boost, on, power profile, high performance, right? You know, that's all right. It has rules set to it though. Right now, Windows Dynamic what? Windows Dynamic Thread Priority Boost. That's normal. Disable SMT. Maybe author needs to preload the images since they're not in the area yet. Yeah, no, it could be that. Could be that. I'm not overly worried. As I said, like, unless it starts picking up, like, savage issues, I think we're going to be fine, lads. You know? Big Al, take it fierce handy. Me dude! Man, look at that for a view. Isn't that only deadly looking, isn't it? That gorgeous, isn't it? Right, well, I'm happy enough, lads. We're somewhat, I dare say, ready for this evening. Right, but, you know, we'll give it a blast and see what happens. But, right, we're going to leave it there. We've had a look at the weather. We've had a look at the airports. We've had a look at the missed approaches. The aircraft is working in a beautiful livery, right? And yeah, I'm hoping everything goes well. Plus, it could be an XPlane thing. I did do a flight without restarting it. I just loaded in with a new aircraft. Historically, it didn't like that, so that could be the reason as well. So we'll check it all out. We're going to be back to you in about 5.5 hours time, 1900 Zulu, when we actually do this flight on the VATSIM network with the rest of the lads for our VATSIM Thursday group. So I'm looking forward to that one. So right, away now for a shot of lunch, pick up the missus, and then we're back at it. So thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. Hope you had hope you had fun and you learned something. And we were flying the King Air with OnAir, loads of fun. And yeah, we'll catch you back here in a couple of hours when we attempt to fly this under duress. It'll be grand.
You shouldn't be.
Do you need a hand?
No, I don't need a. Do I need a hand?
It's heavy, yeah. Jesus, Murph! What have you done?
Time to turn. And we'll start advancing that mixture back in here now shortly. Come on, prop.
Sink rate.
You're all right.
Sink rate. Up. Sink rate.
Give us a bit of air in the nose there. Nearly. Nearly. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. We need the wind. Oh, bother. We need more speed. This isn't dangerous at all. 110, 120. Mixture in. The mixture's in. Come on. She doesn't want to play. She nearly got there. Hang on now. Easy. There she goes. Jesus. If it didn't kick off, lads, I would have died immediately. I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for